Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today I'm going to be giving you the full movie to What If Goku Was Half VILTRUMITE. I'm sorry for the lack of uploads for these past few days, specifically for the Patreon. It's just that I've had a lot of work to do, so I had to focus on that instead, like exams and stuff. Before we get into it, I just wanted to promote my Patreon and Discord. So my Discord's basically just a community where you can speak to me directly and other fans of the channel, and then my Patreon is going to be where I release videos early. I'm also going to be doing exclusive what ifs on there. So if you want to see some extra content from me and you like my storytelling and my videos, then I think you should check it out. Of course, it's totally optional. I still appreciate you guys regardless of if you get the Patreon or not. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe. It's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video. Hey guys, this is Anime Ball Z here, and today we are going to be doing the opening part to What If Goku Was Half VILTRUMITE. Please like the video if you haven't already and subscribe. It's totally free and you can unsubscribe whenever you want. There's nothing much else I'd like to say in the intro, so without further ado, let's get into the video.
Slick talker since a jet. Winter time, all the time, ooh, yeah. Look at the way that I move, swag. Disrespectful and I'm rude, okay. I had cocaine in the school.
In this What If, Goku hails from the Saiyan and VILTRUMITE races. Around Earth is the Frieza Empire, while outside its jurisdiction sits another empire, the VILTRUMITE Empire. The two empires border each other and have constant proxy wars. They bargain with other planets for control and try and expand their own territory. There have been a few years of peace, but the VILTRUMITE Empire, they hate peace. They aren't agreeing not to fight, they're finding the right chance to strike. A legion of Ultramites are sent into Frieza Empire territory. They start integrating into various societies and many find themselves on planet Vegeta. Unluckily, before they can relay information back to the Empire, they're killed by Frieza. Before the planet was destroyed though, a Viltrumite went rogue. A woman that became disillusioned with the whole idea of going to planets, ravaging them and conquering them. She was pure-hearted, kind, compassionate. She was lucky that she was one of the most talented warriors too. If not, they likely would have killed her. The Viltrumites have a eugenic way of dealing with children. They assess their ability, and if they show any sign of weakness, they're punished or possibly killed. It's a brutal world out there. She had to move away from that toxicity, that apathy. Her name was Melissa, and she had a child with Bardock, Kakarot, a hybrid Saiyan between the two strongest warrior species in the galaxy. Bardock sees visions of his son, amazing visions of him triumphing against Frieza himself. He is the boy of prophecy, he's sure of it. His son will become the legendary Super Saiyan. His time with his son must come to an end though. He sends him off to Earth so he can live a better life. Goku grows up on Earth and grows strong. It takes a while for the Viltrumite powers to take effect. He's only half Viltrumite and so is mostly Saiyan in his early youth. Gohan doesn't need to teach Goku to fly, he can just do it instinctively. He has surprising agility in the air too. From his Viltrumite side, he uses the fluid in his ears for balance. It lets him perform many acrobatic movements and fight in an unorthodox way. But over time, his power level skyrockets. His power level by the time of Gohan's death is 100. By the time of Bulma's arrival, it's already at 150. This catches the attention of Kami. The Namekian oversees the planet as the god of Earth. He holds his staff, peering over the edge of the lookout. He watches Goku training, repeatedly throwing punches. He hopes that boy won't cause issues in the future. Although he remembers what happened that one night, the night Grandpa Gohan died. His power level rose all the way to 1000 and he flattened mountains with his raw power. Getting him up on the lookout to train him could be useful. Goku has no problems acquiring the Dragon Balls. Nobody can stop him, he's simply too strong. He hands Bulma the Dragon Balls and she gets her own wish. What follows is the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai. Goku gets through Roshi's training regime easily. The running with a bag of rocks, moving boulders, it's all easy for him. This was stuff that he liked to do in his spare time for fun. Roshi inspects Goku closely and realizes he might be stronger than him. Not when he uses his max power form, but when he's just in his base for sure. By the time of the 21st Tenkaichi Budokai, Goku's power level has risen to 200. He surpassed even Roshi's max power form. He doesn't know this though, and participates in the tournament under the Jackie Chun disguise. Goku destroys all of his opponents up to the final where he meets Jackie Chun. Once the fight starts, Jackie Chun uses his buff state. His muscles buff up and he looks a lot more intimidating. He takes long, powerful strides in his charge. Goku stands his ground and makes his stance. He's ready for whatever comes his way. Roshi begins with a side kick. With his impetus from his run, it makes the attack even stronger. However, Goku takes it onto his forearms and slides along the arena. He endures it. Roshi looks to throw a jab. Goku prepares for that by lifting his right arm. However, he twists around his arm at the last second. Turning around his fist, he uses a skilled inverted jab. Goku, taken off guard by this punch, is hit on his chin. It's a strong impact, but he also takes that surprisingly well. He then lands a punch of his own, a right cross. He throws it right over Roshi's arm. It moves too quickly for him to block. It connects flush with Roshi's chin and knocks his head back. Goku's small and young, but his fists have a deceiving heaviness behind them. The two fighters continue exchanging punches. Goku showcases surprising physical strength and speed, while Roshi mainly shows off his intelligence and experience. Regardless, Goku is so fast that sometimes there's little Jackie Chan can do. If he knows where Goku is going to hit, he might just not be quick enough to block it. Goku uses his explosive speed to almost overwhelm Roshi at times, throwing relentless punches and kicks. It doesn't look like he'll tire out anytime soon either. The crowd is so invested in this battle, many lean forward in their seats. It's by far the most entertaining battle of the entire tournament. Goku's bringing out the old Roshi. He hasn't had to fight this hard in a very long time and he's having a lot of fun. Both fighters punch each other in the face at the same time and throw each other back. Roshi's panting. He can't maintain his max power form for long. He's also bleeding in various places. Goku's inflicted a lot of blunt force trauma, leaving bruises and cuts all over. Goku has a few grazes, but he isn't bleeding anywhere. He's pretty much alright. Roshi hasn't got a lot of stamina left. He tries to get his breath back, then jumps away. He then charges his signature move, the Kamehameha wave. The beautiful blue ball manifests and Goku looks a little startled. He's done the technique before, so decides to do it again. He forms his own and they shoot them at each other. A beam struggle begins. They clash, shooting off sparks of blue ki. At first, their blasts are dead in the center. In just a few seconds, Goku gets the upper hand. Once he finds his balance and footing, he gives it his all. Pushing as hard as he can, he pushes Roshi's blast back. He even starts walking forward to apply even more pressure. Roshi leaves it all out on the arena. He tries his hardest, pushing and pushing. One leg is already dangling off the arena's edge. His blast has shrunk to only a few inches in length and then he's forced to catch Goku's blast. The scorching hot blast burns his skin, but he still pushes. It's too powerful. Roshi's thrown off and defeated. Once Goku goes over to Jackie Chan to show his respect, you can see it's Roshi. What a surprise. He just beat his master. Roshi gives Goku his flowers. He showed incredible power and talent. The sky is the limit for him. Goku's power level continues to increase as he grows older. Alongside his training, it almost explodes. That's because more of his VILTRUMITE DNA is being expressed. His power level is at 450 by the time of the 22nd Tenkaichi Budokai. He's grown past Kami himself. What a surprise. Goku breezes through the whole tournament. He goes against Tien in the final, the strongest warrior of the Crane School. He's impressive and relies on powerful techniques like the Dodon Ray and Tri-Beam. However, both attacks, while strong, do not allow Tien to win. Goku finds his way around them and decisively defeats Tien. Tien must show respect to Goku. He really is strong and it motivates him to keep training. He went around thinking he was superior, that nobody could challenge him. That mentality has been crushed today. Krillin offers to go and get Goku's 4-star ball and power pole that was left back at the tournament. He goes off and Goku senses something's off. He can't place a finger on it, so lets it go. Unfortunately, Goku's instinct was right. Krillin is killed by Tambourine, son of King Piccolo. He leaves the restaurant and arrives at the tournament building in no time. He flies across the street with immense speed and finds the lizard-like green fighter standing over Krillin, Tambourine. Goku collapses to his friend, saddened by his death. He then looks up to Tambourine. How dare he kill his friend? How dare he? Goku shouts and powers up, releasing a powerful aura of ki. Goku shakes the ground from simply charging his ki. Tambourine looks a little frightened. He can't do something like that. He leaps at Tambourine and takes him down with a single kick. His friends arrive shortly after and are deeply saddened by Krillin's death also. Roshi examines the scene. He sees Tambourine was holding Krillin's Dragon Ball and a list of all the fighters in the World Tournament. Putting 2 and 2 together, he figures out what's at play. King Piccolo is back. To stop him, he's going to have to perform the evil containment wave. To end his life, to save the planet. That's a sacrifice more than worth paying. However, while mentally preparing for that, he realizes who's on their side. Goku. His strength. He's become one of the strongest the world has ever seen. If anybody can take down King Piccolo, it's Goku. Without a Dragon Ball, they can stop King Piccolo from using them. All they have to do is hide that ball. So they hand it over to Bulma for her to take it away. Next, Roshi, Goku, Tien and Chaozu head over to King Piccolo. Yamcha would like to go, but he got hurt in the tournament. He'd just get himself even more hurt out there. It's best if he rests and recovers. As for the other 4, they locate King Piccolo and Goku faces him directly. So you're the people going against my plans, King Piccolo says. His voice is old, deep and raspy. He has wrinkled skin but is surprisingly muscular and large for his age. He's a whopping 7'5", a decent bit shorter than he was in his youth. You will pay for what you did to my friend, Goku says, balling his hands into fists. King Piccolo chuckles at the child's declaration. No, you will pay for trying to stop me. Goku jumps at Piccolo, the fight is on. He throws an elbow and Piccolo blocks with a forearm. Their forearms collide and Piccolo sent sliding across the grass. He tries to stay on his feet but stumbles while falling back. Then he looks to his now bruised forearm. How strong is that kid? Immediately upon looking up, Goku lands a punch to his gut. The punch has serious force behind it and is very loud. The spectators know that hurt. Piccolo is thrown into a boulder behind him and coughs out blood. It was a mere punch but caused so much damage. Broken bones, internal bleeding, ruptured organs, the whole lot. King Piccolo collapses to his knees, holding his stomach. His eyes are bloodshot. He's struggling a lot to handle the pain. Goku runs at his opponent but an energy wave is launched to him. He simply lifts and flies straight over it. He turns into a blur for Piccolo and knocks him cleanly out with a punch to the face. He destroys the boulder Piccolo was resting on and leaves him partially submerged in the rubble. Goku was won with ease. King Piccolo comes back to his senses a few seconds later. Goku stands directly over him. His life has come to an end. He leaves the rest to his son. Shooting an egg into the sky, he sighs of relief and accepts his fate. He dies from his incurred injuries. Goku has easily defeated King Piccolo. Kami, watching this, knows he must take Goku in now. He could learn a lot under his wing, so after this point Goku starts getting trained by Kami. When he enters the hyperbolic time chamber, his Viltrumite DNA lets him handle the chamber with ease. He can breathe like everyone else but doesn't need to, so the thin air in the chamber has no effect on him. He spends a full year in there training with Kami. He merely teaches him ki control. Kami was expecting Goku to be unable to fly. From initially testing him, he lacked the required ki control to do so. However, he can do so effortlessly. It's confusing. There's one thing he's exceptional at though, sensing. It comes from his Viltrumite sound. Usually Viltrumite's bodies must rely on air fluid for balance and coordination. However, with ki manipulation, their abilities extend into sensory talent. For most, closing their eyes causes them to lose most sensing ability. However, Goku doesn't struggle to fight with his eyes closed. If he keeps himself moving and stays quiet, he can feel out his opponent and his environment and evade attacks and paint a picture of his surroundings. Goku's power level hits a massive 15,000. The year in the hyperbolic time chamber gives him a massive boost in strength. His mother, Melissa, wasn't just an ordinary Viltrumite, she was one of the strongest in the whole empire. She was close to Barlock's power level at 10,000. With Goku a hybrid, the talent is exaggerated and intensified. Goku faces Piccolo Jr. in the 23rd Tenkaichi Budokai. He's come to avenge his father and kill Goku. He's confident and much stronger than his father. He's youthful, strong and well trained. The fight begins and Piccolo sprints toward Goku. He starts off with a jab followed by a right hook. Goku dodges both attacks. He slips to the left under his right hook, then steps back, moving further to Piccolo's right. He stays within punching range though. He throws a right cross and it lands clean on Piccolo Jr.'s chin. His punch throws Piccolo onto his back and sends him rolling. He's disoriented and greatly hurt by that single hit. He stands but just stumbles back down. He's hurt. Goku takes one step forward, then jumps and spins. He shoots out his leg and lands a back kick, knocking him straight out and eliminating him. The crowd erupts at seeing their favourite fighter back in style destroying his opponents. After the end of this tournament, Goku marries Chi-Chi and has his son Gohan, a tribrid, quarter Saiyan, quarter Viltrumite, half human. 5 years pass and Raditz arrives on Earth. Goku's half-brother, son of Bardock and Gine. He kills the farmer with the shotgun and finds Piccolo shortly after. He showcases phenomenal strength, easily tanking an energy blast. Piccolo's lucky he isn't interested in him. He lifts and flies off toward the other strong signature. He finds Goku and his son Gohan. Gohan's power level is at 100. At 4 years old, he's already insanely strong. Goku's power level is quite high, 1314. It's still below Raditz's though. Raditz gives him an offer. If he kills 100 people, he can get his son back. Raditz rushes in and snatches Gohan before Goku can do anything. Goku tries to grab him but is elbowed in his nose. Raditz flies off and Goku chases right after him. He lands near his pod after putting Gohan in there. Goku's annoyed he couldn't get his son. His weighted clothing hindered him too much. Goku takes off his heavyweight clothing. He takes a breath, stretching and jumping several meters in the air multiple times to warm up his legs. Raditz sees Goku's power level climb all the way up to 15,000. His clothing made him weaker. I'm not killing 100 people. Get off this planet now, Goku shouts. Look Kakarot, just join your race. You're a strong warrior. Your power would be of great value, he explains. I'm not your brother and I'm not Kakarot. I'm Goku of Earth and I'm going nowhere, Goku says. Give me my son back. Raditz doesn't respond and so Goku goes in to take him himself. Raditz puts his hand back to the pod. Come closer and I blast him to pieces, Raditz says. Now that stops Goku. He looks scared now. He crouches, slowly backing away. He tries to show he won't engage. Fine, just don't hurt my son, Goku pleads. If you don't bring dead humans to my feet, I will, he orders. No, we can't do that, but his son is too high a price. This is a sticky situation. If he tries to quickly attack, he could hurt Gohan. That's it, Kakarot. That's right. Join the right side. Leave these weaklings behind, he says, reaching out a hand. In the sky, Goku notices something. Piccolo charging something. Raditz doesn't notice right away and Goku doesn't say anything to alert him. Suddenly, the special beam cannon comes flying down and pierces Raditz in his chest. He drops to his knees and coughs out blood. "You're next," Piccolo says, landing beside the defeated Saiyan. "You will pay for that. Saiyans much stronger than myself will come in a year's time. You're both no match for them," Raditz claims. This information changes things. Piccolo intended to kill Goku to settle their score. Now, with stronger Saiyans coming, keeping Goku alive is a better choice. After that, he can kill him. For now, they must train up. Piccolo chooses to train on his own. He's certainly not training with Goku. He wants him dead. Goku focuses on training up his son. As they train, Gohan's incredible potential starts showing. By the end of their training period, Gohan's power level is at 12,000. Goku's has ballooned up to 150,000. It's the hardest he's trained in his life. He's also a full adult now. His Viltrumite side is in full effect. Gohan's power will rise like this once he grows up. His Viltrumite side will start to dominate. The powerful duo of Vegeta and Nappa arrive on Earth. In just the first few minutes of their arrival, they destroy a whole city, slaughtering hundreds of thousands. This alerts the people that have been training. Their enemies have arrived. Goku, Gohan, Piccolo, Tien, Chaozu, Yamcha and Krillin all arrive at the scene. The Sea Fighter team has assembled. Vegeta scans all their power levels and sees nothing interesting. Getting the Dragon Balls will be a piece of cake. Nappa plants the seeds for the Cybermen. Piccolo steps forward. He wants to show the others just how strong he is now. He unleashes his full strength, showing a power level of 3,500. The group of small green bug-like creatures leap at him, screeching and laughing. He slices one clean in half, then punches through another. He uses his free arm and incinerates the remaining Cybermen with a single ki blast. In seconds, he's taken them all down. "Nappa," Vegeta says. Of course. He stretches and walks. Piccolo readies himself. Saiyan versus Namekian. The battle is on. Piccolo powers up, lifting rocks and making the ground shake, partly to use his full strength and partly to show off. Nappa doesn't seem fazed by this though. They both run toward each other and exchange strikes. They move so quickly that they turn to a blur for the humans. These people are on a totally different level. Piccolo might be going bang for bang with Nappa, but he's getting hurt more. Once they briefly stop, this becomes evident. Piccolo is bleeding and panting while Nappa is fine and calm. Piccolo switches his approach. He slides under Nappa's right arm and then grabs his tail to throw him off balance. It does nothing. Nappa rips his tail out his grasp and elbows him on his forehead. He then lands a gut punch and finishes off with a headbutt. Nappa was just having fun with him before. Now he's going all out. Piccolo launches his Super Demon Wave, a strong energy wave. However, Nappa keeps it away with a single ki blast. Next, he charges. He lands a strong cross, followed by a left hook, then a knee to the chest. Nappa throws a final punch that drops Piccolo. He put up a good fight, but was outclassed. Gohan watching this starts getting heated. Nappa starts playing around with him, really hurting Piccolo and laughing as he does so. Gohan didn't know Piccolo, but he seemed like a nice person. He saw him a few times in the 10 months of training. He never said much and seemed very distant, but Gohan's a kid. He doesn't really see the evil, he sees the person. Gohan shouts and jumps in the fight. Flying past Piccolo, he headbutts Nappa straight in the center of his armor. He shatters the armor plate and hurls him. Vegeta can't believe what he's watching. Gohan doesn't stop there, then chases after the flying Saiyan. He jumps and punches him into the ground. Gohan holds nothing back. His power has climbed so high that each punch is dangerous and life-threatening for Nappa. Once he's done, Nappa's face is literally covered in blood. His arms are broken, his chest is broken, his face is caved in. Gohan's killed Nappa. He looks down at his bloodied fists. He went too far. Gohan retreats and jumps off Nappa. Goku gets Gohan out the way. He's still a little startled after what he did. It's Goku's turn now. "I don't want to fight here. There's too much stuff around," Goku says. Vegeta nods then lifts. Fine. The two warriors fly off and land in the Gizzard Wasteland, just northeast of the Paprika Wasteland. Vegeta lands on a tall rock and Goku lands on one too. A breeze brushes over them both as they stare at one another. Goku makes his stance, then Vegeta makes his own. Vegeta is blessed with the high ground to begin and zooms down. Goku lifts, dodging the first attack. A single punch destroys the tall rock Goku was stood atop. Vegeta looks up, aims up and launches an energy blast. Goku times his swing and knocks it away with a backhand. It pushes him back a little, but with some force he knocks it past him. Vegeta goes in to punch him, but Goku elegantly slips past and throws a swift two-piece combination. He finishes that off with a double drop kick, launching Vegeta through a tall rock. A large amount of rock and debris is released. A small cloud of dust brushes over them both. Vegeta is enraged. This low-class Saiyan has just hit him like that. It's hard for his ego to endure. His feeling of being rivaled by a low-class Saiyan is expressed through intense anger and bloodlust. He almost doesn't even want the Dragon Balls anymore. He just wants Goku dead. Even with Vegeta's greater motivation to win, Goku dominates. He's far superior to Vegeta physically and is quite the aerial threat. Goku punches Vegeta before flying around him and punching him further up. This sends him flipping and flying, and Goku capitalizes on Vegeta being unable to properly see him. He charges his Kamehameha and fires it. When Vegeta steadies himself, it's too late. He's forced to catch the powerful blast, and the impact is strong. He keeps it back for a few seconds before getting launched. He's sent into the sky but manages to roll off the blast. He's covered in cuts and burns though, bad cuts. That blast did a number on him. Therefore, he uses his trump card. If he doesn't, he will lose. The final trick up his sleeve. A white ball of energy appears and then shoots into the sky. Enlarging the ball, it beams down Blood's waves and commences Vegeta's Uzaru transformation. Vegeta's power level lifts to 180,000. Goku can feel his power has grown a lot, but he backs himself. The gap between their power isn't massive. He can do this. Goku speeds toward Vegeta and lands a punch. His punch cracks his armor. Immediately after though, Vegeta lands a right hand. Goku then realizes the power Vegeta now possesses. His fists hit like falling boulders, fast and deceptively powerful. Vegeta throws an uppercut but Goku backs away and evades. That's his advantage. As a Viltrumite, his domain is the air. He's exceptionally quick since it's literally a god-given ability. It requires no ki control for him. Now that he has ki control too, he can move even faster. Vegeta throws out a jab but Goku flies straight at him. He flies around the extended arm as he does so, showing off his speed. He lands a strong uppercut to Vegeta's snout before firing down an energy blast. It hits him on his right eye, leaving it permanently closed. Vegeta is almost left dumbfounded. Goku is somehow causing damage in his base form. How is this possible? The Uzaru fights back. His attacks might be slower but are dangerously powerful. Even though he lands his attacks infrequently, Goku is hurt. The fight drags along. The others can't really participate, so it all falls on Goku. His strategy is only keeping the fight at a stalemate, but he's packing on injury. However, even after being covered in his own blood, he fights on. The pain and injury doesn't impede his fighting ability much. Vegeta can't believe what he's seeing. This is a true warrior, able to fight through pain and torture to win a battle. Vegeta lands a strong left hook, throwing Goku through a whole rock tower. He hits into another, then Vegeta snatches him. He grabs and squeezes, smiling as Goku shouts in pain. He continues squeezing and squeezing until he starts hearing bones pop. Goku focuses and flies up as fast as he can. With that much force, he manages to free himself. Vegeta aims a handful of mouth blasts at him, but he elegantly evades each one. He just brushes past each blast, almost instinctively. Luckily, Yajirobe gets a slash on Vegeta's tail, and Vegeta returns to his base. He's lost a lot of energy and broken. There's no shot he wins now. Goku is in the same condition. After going through Vegeta's torturous assault, his body is done. Krillin takes Yajirobe's sword and tries to kill Vegeta, however Goku stops him. Vegeta might be evil, but he's strong. It might be selfish, but he wants to see him at some point in the future, to face him again in the heat of battle. Goku slowly stands up and surprises Krillin. The way he looks, a regular human would be dead. Gaping wounds, broken bones, so much blood. "Are you okay?" Krillin asks. "Don't worry, I'll be fine," Goku claims. His voice even sounds totally fine too, even more surprising. That's one thing he noticed when training. Even after being hurt a lot, he can move relatively well. When there's adrenaline to mask the pain, it's like he isn't even injured. Vegeta escaped with his life but hasn't got long. He must get to a healing chamber and fast. He can just lose consciousness randomly. The group go back to help Piccolo up. They had a single senzu bean and they use it to heal him. He doesn't say a word of thanks but just flies off. At least he didn't start up something. Goku smiles as he sees him fly off. He went from wanting to kill him to protecting the planet. What a surprise. How is the expansion going? A man in a sleek white uniform asks. He's tall, standing at 6'3". He also has a phenomenal physique, muscular, lean. He's currently atop a skyscraper, peering out to the bustling city below him. A beautiful orange glow lights up the horizon, leaving the city in this warm golden glow. "I will venture into Frieza's territory," he speaks. "Are you sure, Duke?" Another man, a little smaller and skinnier, asks him. "Of course. What is there to fear? It's not like I'll meet him directly," Duke responds. "I think it's time we start this war. Inform the Grand Region. Assemble an army of 25 soldiers to come with me. I need them ready within 24 hours. "Of course, Duke." Tien and Chaozu say their goodbyes and just go back to living their ordinary lives. They've been training extremely hard and want to take a break from things. As they walk through this wasteland, they sense a strong ki in the sky. They stop, then turn. A muscular individual, clad in the same white and grey attire, his clothing flows lightly in the breeze. "Who are you?" He lands ahead of Tien, then responds. "I am Harold of the Viltrum Empire. Is your planet under our jurisdiction?" "What is the Viltrum Empire? Earth is ruled by no empire." "Then from now on, this planet falls under the sovereignty of our empire. Do not resist or I will have to use lethal force." Tien smiles. You've come at the perfect time. I just trained for 10 months not to even get the fight I expected. Now I get to really test myself. You humans are nothing to us. Save yourself and submit, he orders. Tien chuckles. I'm not a normal human, Harold. Do you not see the third eye? Tien lets loose and powers up. His silver aura takes form and Harold looks a little confused. Tien can see that. The human begins to fight with an elbow. Harold meets his with his own. They clash, but Harold is the one knocked back. He then receives a punch to the face, followed by a kick to the chest. Tien lifts him to flight, then dives down and punches him cleanly in his abdomen. He forms a small crater from the impact force and has already drawn blood. Harold's in trouble. The look on his face is that of shock and bewilderment. They thought they'd be coming to fight weaklings. Who are these humans? Tien throws a low punch on his abdomen. It releases a shockwave and sends Harold sliding along the wasteland. Tien then charges an energy blast, a technique that leaves Harold dumbfounded. It's something he's never seen before. He fires, but he flies up and evades it. You can't run forever, Tien shouts, before aiming and launching an energy wave. This blast moves much faster and so cannot be evaded. Harold prepares and catches the blast, but he can't keep it back. It detonates and chars his skin while also cutting him in various places. Behind you, Chaozu calls out. Tien is stricken in his back by a Viltrumite woman. It throws him forward, then he is grabbed on each arm by 2 extra Viltrumites. Reinforcements have been called in. A final, much larger Viltrumite starts throwing punches and kicks while Tien is unable to resist. His assault pushes him back, but doesn't do much damage. Tien tanks the long combination surprisingly well. Once he stops, Tien smiles. He pulls forward his arms and slams the 2 Viltrumites to his side together. Their heads harshly clash, leaving them a little disoriented. He then turns and punches the woman that attacked him. Finally, he leaps up and gains height. The Viltrumites all funnel together and fly up together. They don some form of aerial formation and stay close to one another, exactly what Tien wants. He aims and fires the Dodon ray. The golden beam hits this group of Viltrumites and slams them into the ground. The smoke clears and the Viltrumites look gravely injured. It's over. However, much to Tien's dismay, they all stand. The state of their bodies is almost nauseating. That Dodon ray did a number on them, but somehow they can still stand. They all blast up and don't seem much slower. Oh, come on. Piccolo stands on a tall rock. He looks out to the neighbouring scenery, a form of meditation. It's only been a few minutes and he's straight back to training. Goku's still alive. He needs to match him and defeat him. His meditation is disrupted, however. He turns and sees a bold man with a long and thick white beard. It's Duke. Who are you? You're not a Saiyan, Piccolo says. No, I am not. I am Duke of the Viltrum Empire. Earth falls under our governance today. We advise you not to resist, Duke says. No one's ruling over me. Wrong choice, Namekian. So that will conclude the opening part to What If Goku Was Half Viltrumite. Please tell me something you liked about this part or something that I should improve on for the next one. Thanks so much for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Additionally, he's a great aerial fighter. Piccolo blocks a straight punch, but Duke zips around to kick him in his back. Finally, he lands an axe handle to the top of his head. Piccolo smashes into the ground and a crater forms. That hurt a lot. Duke doesn't give him any time or space. He dives down and lands another axe handle before grabbing him by the neck of his shirt. You brought this upon yourself, he shouts. Piccolo smiles, revealing his bloody teeth, then spitting in Duke's face. His eye twitches with rage. With his free fist, he rains down multiple punches until Piccolo stops moving. Suddenly though, he's punched in the back of his head and thrown into the edge of a crater. What did you do? Goku started recovering, but could sense disturbance, so he rushed over to see what was happening. Once he saw Piccolo getting pummeled, he flew as fast as he can, but he couldn't reach him in time. He looks down to Piccolo unmoving and badly damaged. His ki is gone. Piccolo has been killed. Are you the only one? Goku asks. You sound like, are you a Viltrumite? Duke asks. No, I'm not, I'm from Earth, Goku responds. Well, you have to stand down now. We now rule over your planet, Duke declares. Not on my watch, Goku replies. He stretches his fingers. Just doing this hurts, but his body is durable and resilient. He still has a large portion of his strength. Duke flies at Goku and punches him square in his chest. His punch does nothing, and his fist even shatters upon impact. He recoils, holding his bleeding arm in agony. It felt like he hit a block of steel. He attacks again, this time choosing to kick. The kick's just as futile. Goku speed blitzes Duke and lands a punch himself. Duke is thrown through the earth and catapulted into the air. Goku speeds after him and throws multiple punches that aren't blocked, they simply move too fast. He then kicks Duke further up and chases after him. Flying straight past him, he times and then punches Duke all the way back down to ground. He shoots down like a bullet, straight and fast. Duke stops moving after that, he's been killed. Goku moves on quickly though, he has to help the others. Tien's battle has continued. The Viltrumites are still giving him a lot of problems, but him and Chaozu have succeeded in keeping them at bay. Some are more problematic than others, but they're holding their own. Chiaotzu and Tien are back to back, surrounded by the 5 bloody Viltrumites. Some of them have very gory injuries, they should be dead. Broken arms, gaping wounds, slashed arteries. With all this, they still march on, almost like zombies, walking corpses. Then, Tien looks up and sees 10 more fully healthy Viltrumites descending to join their ranks. This is bad. They look around and calculate, they can't keep all of them back. They might be individually stronger, but can't beat a group so big. The Viltrumites crouch and get ready to pounce. Tien and Chiaotzu don't have their hopes up, but won't go down without a fight. As the Viltrumites advance, a spinning golden energy disc slashes through at least 6 of them. Another comes flying in and takes 2 out, but the others see it and evade. Need some help, Krillin says. Gohan rushes in, sprinting at insane speeds. He leaps forward and takes out 2 Viltrumites with a single kick. They're shot through a rock tower and this leaves only 5 of them. A 4v5 sounds a lot better than what Tien was previously dealing with. Solar Flare, Krillin shouts. The Viltrumites are collectively blinded and left totally open. Blast them, Krillin shouts. Tien and Chiaotzu launch their Dodon rays while Gohan and Krillin rely on the Kamehameha. The blue and golden energy waves combine into a lime green wave that incinerates the remaining fighters. All that's left is a cloud of ash. What is going on here? Krillin asks. I don't know, they said they were from the Viltrum Empire, whatever that means, Tien reveals. Empire, they're from space. Seems like it. Goku lands beside them and is happy to see his friends are doing okay. Behind you, Goku suddenly roars. A single Viltrumite, with a hand in the shape of a blade, savagely cuts through Tien and Chiaotzu. His arm gets covered in their blood and they drop dead. He's tall, with long limbs and flowing brown hair. His skin is clear and gleaming and his face is like a model's. He exchanges no words with the group, he instead talks with his fists. Before he can reach anyone though, Goku lands a single kick and takes him out. Looking up, he can see a group of these Viltrumites in the sky, the only remaining members of the force Duke came with. With a single energy blast, Goku takes them all out. Goku looks down to his slaughtered friends and drops to his knees. I'm sorry, he came out of nowhere, Goku whispers. Piccolo, he's gone. The Dragon Balls are gone, Goku reveals. We've received no reports from Duke. I think it's safe to say his forces have been neutralized. A man in white and red attire sits in a throne. Even when sat down, you can tell he's tall. He's extremely large. He looks 7 feet tall and close to 400 pounds. What's striking is the mask he wears. It's a pure white, only with openings for his eyes. The Grand Regent, the ultimate leader of the Viltrum Empire, a mutant with exceptional talent and strength, Leonidas. That's unfortunate. I'll go myself. Start the full invasion. Goku recovers very quickly. In a few days, his open bleeding wounds have reduced to mere grazes and bruises. Almost all of his strength has returned, but some pain and stiffness linger. Goku, Gohan and Krillin prepare to head to Namek. Bulma finds Kami's ship and decks it out with her own user interfaces. Once that is done, they head on their way. It takes them 34 days to arrive on Namek and they're immediately met by Frieza soldiers. Goku wastes no time defeating them, but they realize something. They're not here alone. Using their ki sensing, they notice several strong individuals in the vicinity. It's like a whole army is gunning for these things. You think these are the Viltrum guys? Krillin asks. No. Their gear is totally different. I didn't see a single piece of metal on any of those guys, Goku replies. Therefore they'll have to stay more low-key, keep their signatures down and search meticulously for this planet's set of Dragon Balls. Goku is the main force in the search. If something happens, he has the best shot in battle. Goku and Gohan stumble upon a village to see Frieza and his minions there already. A group of what looks like Namekian villagers stand against them. They're not giving up their Dragon Ball that easily. Gohan senses the ki there and is scared. He feels like staying back. Goku feels no such thing. He gauges their strength and believes he can take them. So he stays back no longer. He rises and jumps right in there. Dodoria lifts his hand and shapes it into a blade. He swings down onto the first warrior, but Goku swoops in there and catches his swing. He initially tries to resist, to just cut through him and continue his assault. However, Goku keeps his hand back with ease. He gives up not even an inch and stays firm. His power level has risen to 120,000 after his Zenkai boost. Vegeta did a number on him and left him extremely damaged. His Viltrumite side blessed him with exceptional resilience, allowing him to still operate. That gave the illusion of him being less hurt than he was. Move, Dodoria orders. Goku gives no response and doesn't follow the order, so Dodoria lifts the hand and fires an energy blast. At this close range, it should kill Goku. However, once the smoke clears, he's revealed with no injury whatsoever. He pulls Dodoria's arm down, throwing him completely off balance. He falls onto his knees and looks up with eyes of shock. The power required to do this, and it looked effortless as well. Goku assails him with 3 consecutive punches and concludes with a tornado kick. Dodoria falls back, out cold. The soldiers no longer have their scouters. Mori destroyed them, so they can't gauge Goku's strength. Zarbon's still confident in himself though. He stands forward and takes Goku on. He sprints, his cape flowing wildly in his advance. Goku reacts in kind, sprinting himself. The two slam their forearms together, a rookie mistake on Zarbon's end. His forearm snaps in two, both bones crack like an egg. He falls back, grunting in pain. One of the bones are exposed now. With his eyes down, Goku can do as he pleases. He lifts and throws a sidekick. Zarbon sent sliding all the way back to his leader. Frieza watches with surprise. When he focuses, Goku's face brings him back. Yes, that's it. That one scarred Saiyan that resisted him all those years ago. He must be his son. They're almost identical in appearance. Zarbon's eyes turn bloodshot. He roars wildly, overcome with adrenaline. He transforms into his ugly form and charges at Goku. He cloaks in a flaring silver aura and the adjacent Namekians fall back. Being in the vicinity of such power is dangerous for them. Zarbon lands a punch with his healthy arm, but Goku takes it and doesn't even move back. Frieza leans forward in his pod. Goku lands a swift but incredibly powerful uppercut that launches Zarbon into the sky. He's sent flipping and flailing around. Goku jumps after him and shoots him down with an axe handle. Before he hits the ground, he zips down and punches him. This makes the ground impact even more devastating. After that strike, Zarbon has been defeated. Once he looks up, Frieza is nowhere to be seen. Maybe that was a blessing in disguise. The power he sensed from him, it was almost terrifying. The darkness behind it, but also the volume. At this level, a direct conflict with him would prove risky. For now, he receives the Dragon Ball from the village and escapes with his son. However, they're stopped by a certain someone, Vegeta. Where do you think you'll go? Vegeta, just leave us alone, I don't want to fight right now. Goku's saving him the time. He can sense Ki. Vegeta's not on his level. I'm not the same person you fought back on Earth. Do you not know what happens when we recover from a harsh battle? We grow stronger. We Saiyans evolve, he exclaims, tightening his fist. You don't think the same thing happened to me? Goku responds. Vegeta gives no response. His heart beats a little harder after hearing this. There's a sliver of uncertainty that lingers in his mind, however he backs himself. Vegeta is confident he can win, a little overconfident. After beating Kui, his longtime rival, he feels on top of the world. Gohan, take this back, I'll deal with him. Vegeta powers up, revealing his Ki aura and begins. He goes on the offensive and throws a relentless sequence of punches. Goku turtles up and blocks each one. After throwing over 20 punches and not landing one, Vegeta stays back and cocks back a fist. He puts all his weight behind this one, but Goku slips past it with ease. Goku retaliates with a single kick. Vegeta is launched. Flying through an entire island, he slams into a large hill. He coughs out blood, holding his hurt chest. That single hit destroyed his armor and many ribs. Goku just leaves him with his injuries. He flies off and Vegeta tries to chase after him. He lifts to his feet but collapses right after. That kick did a number on him. He digs his fingers through the dirt and shouts with rage. A second later, he drops and passes out. Frieza stands over a fallen Vegeta. He can't believe Zarbon and Dodoria were defeated so easily. Now he must act himself. He grabs the unconscious Vegeta and brings him back to his ship and places him in a healing chamber. He then assigns a Pure to watch over him. If he fails in doing so, he shall face grave punishment. During this time, Goku is taken to Guru's palace with Dende and Krillin. They both get their potentials unlocked. Krillin's power level lifts to 15,000 while Goku shoots up. It's an enormous increase from 150,000 up to 600,000. Being a Saiyan Viltrumite hybrid grants him extreme potential. The same can be said for his son. Even while strenuously training, their bodies can take them much further. When he is brought over, his power level rises to 150,000. As they get ready to leave the second time, they're met by Vegeta. He explains that 5 powerful Ki have arrived, the Ginyu Force, giving him the Dragon Balls and wishing for his immortality will be the only way to win. Well, not really. No, I'll face them, Goku says. Once he looks in that direction, he lifts his suppressions. Vegeta has this look of bewilderment. His face goes totally pale. It can't be real, can it? It's incredible. Is he the legendary Super Saiyan? Goku flies off toward the mercenaries and arrives in a flash. He lands and the Force frees. Chase cowers back, then flies off as fast as he can, abandoning his crew. No, it can't be that high, can it? Gordo asks, stepping back. It is, a voice states from above, a spectating Vegeta. Be grateful, you get to witness the legendary Super Saiyan firsthand. No, not the one of legend, it can't be true. Berta shouts and launches a full power energy wave. It hits Goku directly and he chuckles. Looks like it was just an error in the scouter. Then he sees it ding again. He sees the same 600,000 he just did. The smoke clears and an unscathed Goku is revealed. He just tanked a full power blast from Berta and didn't break a sweat. He speeds forward and throws as many punches as he can. He's quick, but the quickest out the Ginyu Force members here. His fists move like lightning, but Goku slips past every single one. He incorporates jumps and flight into his movement, giving him even more maneuverability. With a single tap of the palm, Berta spits out blood and passes out. The others are terrified. Berta claims to be the fastest in the universe, but was dismantled so quickly. They stand no chance. "I'm getting Ginyu," Gordo says, before stopping time and escaping. Gordo holds his breath, freezing time. He speeds off to get Ginyu and he rushes back in a flash. "What power level?" 600,000, sir, Gordo responds. It's true, he's getting the same reading. Ginyu's dubious at first. It just seems so unreal. This is above Frieza himself. Ginyu fires a blast that is easily knocked away. He looks on with great surprise, but a devious smile appears on his face. He knows what he must do. Ginyu stabs into his own chest and coughs out blood. Goku steps back, a little startled. Why has he just hurt himself like that? Suddenly, he extends both arms and fires his body swap blast. Goku gets ready to knock it away. Wrong choice. Once it hits him, the mind swap begins. Goku's thrown into Ginyu's body, then Ginyu's thrown into his. Goku, now in his new body, coughs out blood and falls straight away. The body feels different. Even just moving different body parts, it's all different to what he's used to. "Alright, Gordo, test my strength now," he says. Ginyu starts to power up, but he only gets a power level of about 130,000. It's way above what he had before, but not what he was expecting. Anyhow, it's more than enough. He aims his hand and smiles. "Thank you for giving me this new body of mine. I'm grateful," Ginyu says, smiling. Ginyu can hear something coming. Looking up and sensing with his scouter, he can see a strong signature. A flaring silver aura falls from the sky and reveals a young Saiyan, Gohan. He comes diving down with a punch, launching Ginyu into Gordo, killing him. Gohan lands and gets right back on the task. He charges at Ginyu and lands an uppercut to his stomach, followed by an overhand left to the chest. With his rage, his power level has risen past its usual 150,000. Ginyu's in trouble. Gohan grabs his arms and knocks him down onto his knees. Throwing him forward, he places a foot on his back and restrains him. "What do we do? This is your body, I can't just kill him," Gohan says. This is a tough situation. They must somehow get them to swap back. If Ginyu tries to go for Gohan, maybe he can jump in the way. Ginyu tries to lift but is kicked back down. Gohan's got him covered. After that potential unlocking, Gohan's like a new person, even his physique. Goku can see that as he holds Ginyu down, his flexed arms are much more toned. At his age, it's almost freakish looking. Gohan kicks Ginyu back and retreats to his father. This is when he receives the strategy. Ginyu comes charging back at him and Gohan prepares himself. He nods and steps forward. Ginyu comes crashing down with a right cross, but he steps to the side and lands a cross of his own. He launches Ginyu away, then knocks him back even further with a double drop kick. The kick lands perfectly, translating all that force straight into Ginyu. He's sent tumbling and rolling through the Namekian mud and is left covered in it. A dirty mix of mud, grass and blood. Ginyu wants this though. The more he's hurt, the weaker Gohan will be in his body. To speed the process up, he slams a ki blast into his own chest. He collapses from the pain and coughs out blood. After stealing through that pain, he gets on it. He shouts and uses his mind swap technique. A blast fires at Gohan, but Goku comes out from behind him. The blast hits Goku and throws Ginyu back into his own body. Just that stabbing to his chest crippled Ginyu. Even if Goku was greatly injured, this is his chance to win. Goku balls his hands into fists and roars. In a single leap, he arrives by Ginyu. All it takes is a single punch. His tough knuckles crash into the alien's head and knocks him out cold. He's sent flying across the Namekian terrain and falls into adjacent waters. The fight is over. They've won. Goku must heal though. He can't fight well like this. He falls to a knee, holding his scorched chest. "I know where you can heal," a voice calls out. It's Vegeta. Gohan isn't at all scared now though. Vegeta can never test him now that he's at this level. Vegeta directs him, Goku and Krillin to a spaceship where Goku is placed in a healing chamber. Upon entering, Vegeta can't stop looking at Goku. There's this look of surprise on his face. "What's wrong?" Krillin asks, putting his new Saiyan gear on. He's healing. He's healing very quickly. It's almost visible healing. Vegeta can see his wound slowly closing too. Saiyans can't heal this fast in chambers. You sit and wait for quite a while. With the way things are going, he'll be out in no time. Once they step out, they're met by Frieza. They stayed out of his hair for a while. They defeated his strongest minions, but now he takes things into his own hands. Frieza is going to fight. Vegeta stands forward. He's confident in his own abilities. He doesn't want to let Gohan, a child, fight for him. What sort of person would he be? Vegeta roars, letting anger and adrenaline fuel him. He leaps at Frieza, balling his right hand into a fist. His punch lands just as he wanted it to. The only issue is it causes no damage. Frieza didn't even flinch, let alone get hurt. Vegeta succeeds this hit with a series of punches. They land swiftly, but all are futile. Frieza tanks them. Then he swivels and hits Vegeta with his tail. This single hit nearly knocks him out. The tail landed on his head and has given him shaky double vision. It was a very heavy impact. Vegeta's too weak. No matter how determined and resolute he is, he can't bridge that gap. Frieza is on a totally different level. Gohan stayed back on Vegeta's request. However, he can't stay back and watch this. He'll watch no more. Gohan powers up and flies straight past Vegeta. He shouts with anger and launches Frieza into the air with a punch. Gohan speeds after him, shooting him further back with another punch. As Frieza ascends, Gohan zips past him and lands a double axe handle. Frieza sent flipping and flailing around but settles on ground gracefully. Gohan bullets down, however, leaving a silver trail in his wake. The force that he once had is dwindling. As his anger fades, so does his power. His first attack knocks Frieza back a decent amount, but he blocks his second. Squeezing, he starts really hurting Gohan's hand and drops him to his knees. "You look like that other Saiyan. You're a son, aren't you?" Gohan tries to free his hand. He cannot. Krillin can't step in and fight, he'll just get himself hurt. There's one thing he can do though. With Frieza's attention diverted, he charges and throws his Destructo Disc. Frieza turns from hearing a loudening buzz. Seeing the disc, he leaps into the air, but it cuts off part of his tail. He grimaces in pain but lands and knocks Gohan out cold. How dare you interfere, Frieza shouts, furious. Frieza aims his index and middle finger at Krillin, then fires. Before he hits him, Gohan steps in the way and takes the beam through the stomach. He coughs out blood and has this shocked look on his face. He didn't expect that to hurt that much. However, his Viltrumite body firms it. The damage might still be present, but he stays on his feet. This isn't over. Vegeta's badly hurt by that single hit, but for some reason he rushes back in there like a mindless beast. He throws a number of sluggish telegraph punches. Frieza chuckles while evading them. Then he lands a stiff arm to the chest that caves in Vegeta's ribcage. Then he viciously stabs his hand through his gut. Vegeta coughs out a large volume of blood. His legs start to tremble as blood spews out the wound. Frieza rips his arm out before spinning and heel kicking Vegeta back. He slides along the grass minutes from death. Luckily for him, Dende is at the battlefield. He gets right on it and heals him. Vegeta's wounds vanish, and with that healing comes a large Zenkai. He lifts now with a power level of 750,000. Those around can feel it. Krillin, Gohan, he's reached a higher tier. Immediately after, he continues the fight. He begins his assault with a right cross. He follows up with a hook to the body and finishes off with a powerful uppercut. Frieza is thrown into the air, but he flips repeatedly and lands elegantly. As soon as he lands, Vegeta tackles him and then throws numerous downward punches. Each one shakes the ground on impact and greatly hurts Frieza. Vegeta lifts both arms, clasps them together, then swings. Frieza uses this small pocket of time to escape and gain some distance. He's panting and badly beaten. He let that go on too long. He has more than enough in the tank though, and after getting beaten down like that by a Saiyan, it makes him even more motivated and bloodthirsty. Frieza ascends into his second form and the tables turn in his favour again. Even after that large Zenkai, Vegeta can't match him. He's way bigger, and with that comes much greater strength and durability. However, he even has superior speed and endurance. Vegeta is struggling, and he's struggling badly. Frieza throws down a double axe handle, but Vegeta catches it. The ground caves in almost immediately, and he even breaks one of his arms. Vegeta shouts out in pain, then receives a kick to the chest that sends him rolling. His chest quivers. He cowers as Frieza advances. He's already too hurt to continue, however he remembers who they have, Dende. And so he charges in once again. Frieza knocks him down straight away with a right hand and follows that up with a series of tornado kicks. He just lands them constantly, switching legs to rapidly fire them off. The final one breaks many of Vegeta's ribs and knocks him out. It might not look too bad on the surface, but Vegeta's got a lot of internal damage. Ruptured organs, broken bones, internal bleeding almost everywhere. It's looking bad. Dende goes on to heal him and does just that. Vegeta lifts, smirking. He's even stronger. A 2 million power level. Before Frieza can say a word, someone else arrives. A man lands behind Frieza. He turns and sees a man clad in grey and red attire. His face is hidden behind a gleaming white mask. "Ah, it's you. I'm surprised you had the gall to enter my territory." "Who is that?" Krillin asks. "I don't know," Vegeta says, a little concerned. "He can sense energy now. That guy is strong. Very strong." "Greetings, Frieza," the man states. His voice is booming and deep. He walks forward and takes off his mask. His face is scarred, particularly the right half of his face. Leonidas, the Grand Regent of the Viltrum Empire, the strongest Viltrumite in the Empire. "You thought we were at peace. It was only a matter of time before we attacked. All is ours," he claims. "Ah, that weird phrase of yours. How can everything be yours with me around?" Leonidas crouches and balls his hands into fists. The two empires are at direct conflict, for the first time since Cold was emperor. The Frieza Empire against the Viltrum Empire. Leonidas roars and is engulfed in a strong, chaotic silver aura. The majority of Viltrumites are oblivious to key control, but Leonidas is a unique case. He's a mutant, the golden boy of the Empire, the very strongest. He lifts into flight, then shoots his arms forward to advance. He slams straight into Frieza, making him cough blood. Vegeta was strong, but this guy, he's different. He follows up with a jab that dislocates Frieza's jaw. It also sends him sliding back. Leonidas doesn't want to talk to Frieza, he wants to kill him. He stops Frieza from speaking by punching him again, this time in his solar plexus. Frieza holds his gut and cowers back in pain. It looks like bargaining with him won't help. He needs to find another way to transform. So he leaps up and soars into the sky. He ascends above Namek's atmosphere, but can see Leonidas doing the same. He was hoping he wouldn't be able to breathe out in space, but it looks like he can. Regardless, these vital seconds are all he needs. Before Leonidas can reach him, he transforms into his third form. However, as he transforms, he's then hit further into space. Even in this heightened state, he's being knocked around like a ragdoll. I told you, Frieza, it was only a matter of time. We VILTRUMITES are superior to you, Leonidas roars, before landing another punch. Blood droplets float out into the abyss of space while Frieza is sent flying back. Leonidas solidifies his clear advantage throughout the battle. Unlike the lazy Frieza, Leonidas has been putting work in. A day never goes by when he isn't training and putting work in. It's evident from his toned muscular physique. Not only that, but he possesses great technical ability. The battlefield is his second home. Vegeta watches on and can see the similarities between this person and a Saiyan. He can see the enjoyment this man gets from battle. Leonidas grabs Frieza by the neck with both arms. Lifting him, he powerfully slams him, sending a nearby mountain crumbling down from the force. Harsh, tall waves crash into the various islands in the archipelago they're fighting in. Frieza coughs out blood and clasps onto his arms. He tries to free himself, but the man is too strong. He's putting all his weight right onto his neck. Today, the Frieza Empire falls. We rule over your territory now, he shouts. All is ours. Under Leonidas' weight though, Frieza cloaks in a shield. Suddenly, Leonidas can't do much damage with strangulation. He lifts and throws down a punch but doesn't even crack this shield. He's confused, how has he just done this? Frieza smiles, the win is his. He emits a bright white light that makes the spectators shield their eyes. Once it dies down, Frieza is revealed in his slimmer, sleeker final form, his true state. You see, I was so strong in my youth that I was forced to make lower forms that hindered my power. This is my true form, Leonidas. Leonidas doesn't seem fazed. He makes a stance and awaits Frieza's advance. You're still choosing to pick this fight. How naive of you, Frieza says, before blasting off. At first, he doesn't seem overwhelmingly quick, however he just adds a little more effort in. He turns to a blur and strikes Leonidas with an inverted jab to the neck. He crushes his windpipe, then follows up with an overhand right to the temple. Even in this suppressed state, Frieza is insanely strong. He kicks Leonidas back and sends him sliding along the blue grass. Frieza pounces once again and starts bullying Leonidas. All his technicality and talent go out the window here. In the face of much superior physical stats, Leonidas is finished. He takes a punch to the gut followed by a right hand to the jaw. Frieza grabs his arm before he flies off, then violently spins. He sends out gusts of wind from how fast he moves, before lifting and slamming. Leonidas coughs out blood and shouts in pain. That impact was strong, it literally destroys the island they're stood atop. Now your empire is mine, Leonidas. I didn't know how weak you were. I should have taken down your empire a long time ago. I guess my father exaggerated your strength. Leonidas turns onto his hands and knees. He holds his hurt throat and spits out blood that was obstructing his airways. That assault did a number on him. His arms shake under just his body weight. Things aren't looking good. Or are they? Leonidas rises and takes off his coat. He's getting serious now. He stretches his bloodied arms and exhales calmly. Frieza just waits. Whatever he's doing, he'll simply beat him right after. The ground starts to rumble. The spectators look at one another. This strength, it's otherworldly. As they've been on Namek, the level has continued to climb. Again and again, just when they believed they had seen ultimate strength, these warriors left them dumbfounded. His muscles buff up to a freakish level. His veins become much more visible and look like they're pulsating. His pupils vanish and his hair grows wilder and spikier. This is his max power state. Leonidas looks crazed. He doesn't have any facial expression. His pupilless eyes are focused on Frieza. The fight resumes. He crushes the mud below with his initial leap and moves with surprising speed. He lands a punch to Frieza's chest, making him shout in pain. He launches him through a whole mountain, then zooms right after him. He drives both fists into his chest, then zips around Frieza to kick him straight in his back. Frieza sent flipping and flailing around into the sky. He slowly spins through a cloud that is parted by Leonidas' advance. He lands an uppercut, pushing Frieza further up. He's completely overwhelming Frieza. He moves so quickly and is deadly in his fighting style. He's not trying to boost his ego or prove his superiority. He already knows he's superior. Leonidas grabs Frieza, then starts his dive. The two light on fire as they pierce through the atmosphere. He dives into some nearby waters and slams Frieza into the planet. The crater that is formed is massive. It creates a planet-wide earthquake. The group enter flight to not fall into this massive crater. Water comes rushing in from around this newly formed crater. The rock at the crater's base is hot to the touch. It's gone quite deep. Frieza's left at the center of it, unmoving. He weakly coughs out blood and groans weakly. He can't even move. Leonidas lifts both arms, puts them together, then hits him right on his head. That single strike crushes his skull and kills him. The Grand Regent rises. Steam flows off his body and his muscles lean out. His irises return also. He exhales before turning back. The group watch on a little scared. What is he going to do? He looks in their direction for a few seconds before flying off the planet entirely. Krillin grabs his chest and sighs of relief. That was super close, almost too close. What happened? Goku asks, now out of the healing chamber. His power level is now at 10 million. He was getting ready to fight. He could hear strong signatures battling. There was Frieza, but then there was someone else. He was hoping to arrive and see, but he's nowhere to be found. Maybe that's a blessing in disguise. So without any obstacles in their way, they acquire the Dragon Balls and summon Porunga. Piccolo is revived, and they then revive Tien and Chaozu. Porunga disappears and the group return to Earth. For the first few days after their return, everything is fine. It's all peaceful and they all go back to their ordinary lives. Goku is currently training with Gohan. He throws up a few punches and he catches a lot of them. You're getting faster, but you've got to... Goku stops talking. Someone's coming. He looks up at the signature's direction. Gohan looks confused at first and looks to say something. However, once the signature grows closer, he senses it too. Come with me, Goku orders. He flies with his son and arrives where this person lands. It's Leonidas. The other Z fighters are there to inform Goku of his identity. Why are you here? Goku asks. I'm surprised that you took down my men. You humans are different from the others. I expected this planet to be easy to conquer, but it looks like it's proved quite challenging, he reveals. However, that ends now. I'm here to conquer your planet. I, Grand Regent Leonidas, declare Earth under my rule. You are now part of the VILTRUMITE Empire, he declares. I can't let you do that, Goku says. I don't want to fight. That's not how this is going to work. Just remember, you made this choice yourself, Leonidas says. The humans slowly retreat and give Goku some space. They know what is coming. Goku charges. He connects with the right hand, pushing Leonidas back a great deal. He twists his body anti-clockwise and throws a tornado kick. His leg moves with great speed, but Leonidas elegantly spins around it, then lands a kick of his own. A spinning kick, but with his left leg. It lands cleanly on Goku's neck and knocks him to the side. This guy's the real deal. That kick didn't knock him out or anything, but he stays vigilant. Leonidas throws a left hook, but Goku places his arms into an X formation and tanks the punch, although strugglingly. He slides across the ground and is left with this surprised look. The warriors go toe to toe, and Leonidas is even more shocked than Goku. He knows the Saiyans, he knows who they are, they're the other warrior race. It's the only group of people that he has respect for, even if only a sliver, but he knows how strong they are. They were never like this. No one was like this except for Frieza. It's the same in his empire. He's much stronger than everyone else. He's invincible. The two push against each other but end up in a total stalemate. It's like they're perfect equals. However, Leonidas abruptly stops pushing. This throws Goku forward and off balance. He quickly lands a headbutt and subsequently a right cross. He gets eager and throws another, but Goku steps back to evade this too. The fight resumes immediately after and it starts to draw out. They're both Viltrumites and hurt each other quite a lot, but they continue fighting. The adrenaline rushing through them and their innate resilience keeps them going. Leonidas gets an idea though. He grabs Goku and holds on tightly. He wraps around his wrist, then jumps. Goku tries to elbow him in his face and hurts him a little. He keeps holding on though. They end up in the upper areas of the atmosphere, then cross over into space. Goku looks completely fine. He'd already started holding his breath and even surprises himself. He assumed he was like the humans, needing a spaceship to enter space, but it seems that wasn't true. That never works, Leonidas mutters, before attacking Goku. They fight through the abyss of space, sending up powerful shockwaves and gusts of pressure. Their fight eventually reaches down to ground and rages on. It's an out and out stalemate. Leonidas, breathing heavily, shouts and powers up. He ascends into his max power state and continues again. He zooms to Goku and lands a heavy punch to his gut. Goku coughs out blood and looks badly hurt by that. He's shot into the air and Leonidas races after him. Almost in an instant, he arrives behind Goku and hits him down with a double axe handle. While he descends, Leonidas races down and lands a double drop kick. Goku hits the ground and hits it hard. Masses of rock and dust are shot into the air. The force behind that impact was akin to a ballistic missile. The rubble falls and the dust slowly clears. Goku looks badly hurt. He slowly turns onto his stomach before pushing up onto his hands and knees. However, Leonidas dives down and knees him back down. He screams out in pain before coughing out blood. Solar flare. Leonidas groans in pain. His eyes are blinded by Krillin. Gohan rushes in and drops a senzu bean into Goku's mouth before retreating. Right after his retreat, Krillin throws in a destructo disc. Even with him blinded, he gracefully flips right over it almost on instinct. Krillin's jaw drops. He really was hoping that would work. Leonidas balls his hands into fists and roars at Krillin vehemently. His voice is even deeper and louder than it was and sounds feral, beastly. He charges in there and hits Goku cleanly on his chest. It feels like hitting rock. He does nothing. He throws another punch followed by another, however they all do nothing. The mindless Leonidas stays back for a second or two. His intelligence is greatly hindered when in this state, so he can't be as calculating. He just runs back in there and tries to hit areas he hadn't before. Still nothing. Goku's eyes are now golden and his hair looks wilder. He looks a little bigger too. He grabs Leonidas' neck and squeezes, ripping his hand out. He's literally taken out Leonidas' voice box. He then chucks it at him and drops him to his hands and knees. Putting his hands together, he smashes them into his back, dropping Leonidas onto his stomach. He then throws down a flurry of downward punches. He just continues letting them off. Goku grabs Leonidas and turns him around. He wants to see his face. He immediately punches him and hits it again. Blood starts spewing out everywhere. Goku gets covered in it. He suddenly stops and it's like he comes back to reality. His golden eyes fade and his muscles slim down slightly. What was that? He felt so angry, so rageful. He just continued wailing on this guy. He's lucky he came back before he died. You can see bubbles coming through the pool of blood over Leonidas' face. He's not dead. The fallen VILTRUMITE returns to his base. His eyes are open wide. He looks down to his hurt body almost incredulously. His whole life he believed he was the strongest person in the universe. He even took down Frieza, his lifetime rival. His only threat, he believed. Somehow this Saiyan has left him like this. How? Leave him. I don't think he'll bother us again, Goku says, walking back to his friends. They look a little shocked at the blood all over him. He didn't hold back at all. Oh well, at least he kept them safe. He's even keeping him alive. Typical Goku. Leonidas falls into a coma and rests in this wasteland for weeks. With no life nearby, he's left undisturbed. After these few weeks he gets up, he feels weak and malnourished. He's been left here too long. He shoots up into space and leaves Earth. It is not over though. Earth will be his. All will be his. A full year passes and Goku is just training on his own when he's met by future Trunks. He bears some important news. In 3 years' time, androids will come along and destroy humanity, kill almost everyone on Earth, and leave society in ruin. Goku put up some resistance but fell sick with the heart virus, so their only hope passed away. Goku hears this and informs the others. So, their training period begins. Goku works on training his son Gohan and his power explodes. He's talented, even more so than his father, and his VILTRUMITE DNA is slowly starting to dominate. He can fight through injury better and heals even faster. That makes their progress even greater. The two of them grow above the rest and spend several months growing that gap. Goku and the crew are stood on a mountain overlooking the city of Sasebo. They sense a decreasing ki down there. These are the androids Trunks was on about. The day has come. Let's go, Goku says, diving in there. Once he lands, he realizes he can't sense their ki. However, he knows how good his senses are when he focuses on it, so he shuts his eyes and senses. He picks up on every small noise and tries to picture his surroundings. There, he's found them. He flies over a set of streets and lands right in front of Jiro and 19. These are the androids for sure. One of them has a brain stored in some transparent chamber. Apparently he is someone that wanted to get revenge on Goku. Goku wants to bring the fight elsewhere, but Jiro responds by killing everyone nearby. Then just to rub it in, he agrees to go to a different location. Goku lands and is a little fatigued. Just from that short flight he's breathing. That's not like Goku. Android 19 steps forward, then Goku does. After 3 years, the others can't even imagine how strong Goku is now. What has he achieved in this time? Of course they were focused on their own training, but they were never going to be the main soldiers. It was always going to be Goku, the savior of Earth, the very strongest. Goku enters a slight crouch and starts shouting. His silver aura manifests and the crew assume he'll start his fight. He does not. He continues charging his ki. What's he doing, Gohan? Krillin asks. He's going super. Super? Krillin wonders. Goku's hair rises and turns golden. His eyes go a sea blue. Goku's aura turns a beautiful gold. He's debuted his new transformation, Super Saiyan. He flies right to 19 and sticks his fist right through its abdomen. Drawing the fist up, he shreds through the metal components in one fell swoop. He splits 19 in two, then looks to Jiro. The android uses his photon wave and escapes. However, the group fly right after him. Goku falls to a knee though. Luckily, Krillin stayed back. He rushes to Goku's aid. He starts shouting from the pain in his chest and grabs it. Krillin takes him away. The virus symptoms have appeared. He's going to need rest. Gohan acts as the main force against the androids. They're revealed, and he's the one that faces them. Gohan doesn't start in his base form, he ascends into not Super Saiyan but the Ikari form. He trained hard, but he couldn't achieve the Super Saiyan form, although this is a strong form in its own right. He bats his chest repeatedly, letting the anger and rage fuel him. It was hard to control at first, and it still is, but now he has a semblance of control and intelligence. Gohan begins the fight by taking on 18. Their forearms collide, but Gohan is thrown back. He then eats a kick to the stomach, followed by a higher kick aimed at his chin. As he stumbles back, 17 comes leaping over 18 and throws down a double axe handle. Gohan harshly slams into the ground, and 17 goes in to grab his neck. The force behind that grab. These androids are strong, much stronger than he'd expected. Gohan pushes back and just can't get 17 off him. However, after a few seconds, he starts lifting 17's hands off. Gohan's power grows with his immense rage. The Ikari form is almost the perfect form for him. It provides that anger that helps him grow. With his VILTRUMITE side, he isn't averse to violence. Gohan eventually rises back to his feet and pulls the android in. He lands a headbutt followed by a left hook. However, 18 comes charging in and tackles him. Once he lands, 17 comes in from the side and kicks him along the dirt. Individually, Gohan can somewhat hold his own. He might be getting tired and hurt, but he has resilience and fights well. His anger also greatly boosts his strength, but it's only in flashes. It's hard for him to stay very angry all the time. It's a very dynamic thing, therefore he's only around the android's physical strength for brief moments. In the other time, he's much weaker. Gohan takes a punch to his gut that drops him to his knees. "We're not here for you, Gohan," 17 claims. He then looks up and blocks an incoming attack. He looks a little flustered. He couldn't see who it was at first. Once he lowers his arms, he sees the Prince of all Saiyans, Vegeta, in Super Saiyan. He leaps toward 18 and lands a strong opening punch. He then jumps and hits 18 airborne with a kick. With Vegeta fighting 18, that gives Gohan the ability to focus on 17 alone. As the fights ensue, they decide to swap. Vegeta is significantly stronger than Gohan is. After those Zenkais on Namek, he reached very high power levels. On top of that, with the training he's taken part in, he's even stronger. So Gohan moves on to 18 and Vegeta fights 17. Even with this strategic move, they still struggle. They're piling on damage, but fighting on like valiant warriors. "We're not here for either of you. This is useless," 17 shouts. "I believe we should leave. This is not our mission," 16 states. So the three androids depart, leaving the heavily injured Saiyans alone. Since many of the Z fighters are still unharmed, they have a good number of Senzu beans. They heal both Vegeta and Gohan, giving them immediate boosts. Things could turn in their favor now. Across the planet, the nameless Namekian has returned. Piccolo zips down to Ginger Town and confronts Imperfect Cell. He puts up a good fight, but the sneaky bio-android utilizes the solar flare to escape. Piccolo doesn't let him go though, he chases right after him. Piccolo ends up in a fight with 17. They're near equals, but their fight draws to a close once Cell arrives. He's much stronger now after absorbing hundreds of thousands of humans. Piccolo tries to fight him again, but is swiftly dismantled. Cell goes on to absorb 17 and achieve his semi-perfect form. Tien rushes in there minutes later and holds him down using the Neo Tri-Beam. It only holds Cell down. 18 and 16 escape, then Goku arrives. "Take Piccolo and run," he declares. Tien nods and does just that. Goku doesn't go anywhere. He's ready to take on Cell. "Goku in the flesh," Cell states. "You know me. I am you." Cell jumps at Goku, who's currently in Super Saiyan. Goku lifts both arms into an X and takes the first punch. He's certainly strong. Cell sprints and jumps, then throws down a swinging kick. Goku manages to evade at the very last second by jumping into the air. While he rises, Cell shoots up a ki blast. Goku times his swing then knocks it away, only for Cell to be revealed in point blank range. He lands a gut punch and shoots Goku further up. Cell is very slightly stronger than Goku, he can feel it in each punch, however he holds the advantage in almost every other category. Not only that, but when he's in the air he dominates. He punches Cell in his chest, then zips around him to kick him in his back. Once he's thrown forward, he speeds forward, grabs him and dives. He goes through the skies and slams Cell into an island. It crumbles from the impact and nearby water comes rushing in. Both warriors lift to avoid it. Cell's breathing heavily, much more heavily than Goku. He's gravely hurt. Continuing this fight would be stupid, so he tries to use the solar flare. Much to Cell's annoyance, Goku anticipates this and shuts his eyes. This nullifies the blinding effect, but Cell isn't bothered. That blink is all the time he needs. He advances and cocks back his fist. He puts all his weight behind this incoming punch. However, Goku shifts his head out the way and easily evades it. Immediately after, he throws a speedy series of 8 straight punches. The final one launches the bio-android while also leaving him dumbfounded. Even with his eyes closed, he was able to evade his attack. Yeah, it wouldn't be smart to fight. He escapes and puts down his signature so he can't be found. How annoying, Goku thinks. So he starts to chase and hunts down Cell. He's not going anywhere. Once Krillin fails to deactivate 18, Cell swoops in and achieves his perfect form. The tall, sleek, muscular bio-android has achieved his perfect state. Krillin goes in to attack him, but he doesn't even react at all. This power, it's unreal. Goku arrives shortly after and can't believe it. Just in that time he was searching for him, here he is, transformed again. Also, the signature he feels from him, he can't hang with that level. Regardless, there's no one else that can fight. He's the only one left. He digs deep and pours everything into his power-up. The ground shakes intensely, then he looks up to Cell. He begins and throws a right cross. Cell grabs it, smiling. Goku throws a jab that is also caught. Cell then crosses over Goku's arms by extending them. Since his arms are way longer, he starts to stretch Goku's. He shouts out in pain, feeling the heavy strain on his back muscles and traps. Cell's almost trying to rip his arms off and has this evil smile on his face the entire time. Krillin chucks in a destructo disc that Cell rolls out the way of. That frees Goku, but he falls and grits his teeth. His muscles are hurt badly and have micro tears in places. Even while Cell is fighting defensively, he's simply much stronger than Goku. The way you can just bully Goku is scary, really. This is the strongest person Earth has ever seen. Now Cell claims that title. Goku takes 2 gut punches that drops him to his knees. Cell then follows up with a right hand that briefly knocks the Saiyan out. He slides across the terrain before waking up. He wipes the dust off his face and spits out blood. Cell walks forward confidently. As he walks though, he senses a disturbance. The ground starts to shake. Even Krillin looks around confused. After a few seconds, Goku cloaks in a raging golden aura. It's Goku. He lifts slowly, then turns to Cell. His irises are gone. What's going on? Goku roars, now with a deep and demonic voice. His muscles start to buff up and his hair grows a little longer. Then the hair strands grow incredibly spiky, standing completely on end. Goku even grows slightly taller from the looks of things. Suddenly his muscles puff up and his clothes even get small tears in places from his increased size. Goku's skin looks a little darker too, and his aura is chaotic to say the least. Pulses of air and ki fly out in all directions and Cell looks shocked. Goku has achieved a totally unique state, a bridge between his Viltrumite and Saiyan DNA. These warrior races are quite compatible and their genes feed off one another. This is Super Saiyan Grade X. Goku roars like a wild beast then charges at Cell. He forms his hand into a blade and stabs through his gut. He then pulls his arm to the right, shredding through Cell's torso. He screams out in pain, but Goku looks up and grabs his voice box. He crushes it and rips it right out. The sheer brutality of his assault is insane. Droplets of blood go flying out everywhere. Cell can't do a thing to resist. Goku lets off a flurry of punches that shatter Cell's ribcage. Cell sent sliding back and has bloodshot eyes. He tries to breathe but ends up coughing out blood instead. Then Goku opens his mouth and launches an energy wave. The golden beam hits Cell directly and shreds through him. It breaks him down at even the cellular level and irreversibly damages him. He's nothing but a cloud of ash once Goku is done with him. Cell has been defeated. It's all over. Goku has saved the world once again. Steam starts flowing off him. Goku's muscles slim down and he falls to his knees. Right after he passes out. Krillin rushes in with a smile on his face. He just can't stop doing it, can he? He really is the strongest. However, Krillin looks a little alarmed. What's going on? Goku's ki, it's gone. He's passed away. The group can't believe what has happened. They're all devastated. He was a father, a husband, a close friend, a hero. They ask to revive Goku, but he declines. When he stays on Earth, villains put his loved ones in danger. Maybe if he stays in the afterlife, there can be peace on Earth. What follows is 7 years of peace. Gohan basically stops training and goes off to high school. The World Tournament comes along and Goku is granted a day on Earth to participate. He does have a halo over his head showing that he isn't alive. Gohan is taken down by Yamu and Spopovich, then the group arrive at Babidi's spaceship. Inside, they take down the threats in their way and confront Dabura at the final level. Gohan is the one to fight him and does surprisingly well. Even after not training for a while, he's very strong. It's because of his Viltrumite DNA. It's come into full effect, so he's still grown significantly stronger in this time. He achieves Super Saiyan during this break too. Dabura throws a 2-piece that Gohan blocks well. He then follows up with a tornado kick, but Gohan leaps over the incoming attack rather easily. Right after doing so, he hits Dabura down with both fists. He falls from the skies, twisting and turning wildly as he descends. Once he lands, he tries to hit Gohan with some of his spit, however he zips aside and evades it easily. In flight, he's insanely fast. He slowly lands and just looks down to his hands. This whole time, even without training, he's been growing stronger. It feels almost weird. He hadn't fought as hard as he could for years, so he didn't know how far he could go. Dabura tries to use his spit again to no avail. Then Gohan kicks him in his chest, he falls back and spits out blood. However, he zooms into the air. Gohan just waits and watches attentively. What is he up to? A few seconds later, he starts charging a dark purple energy wave. It even darkens the surrounding area and has a sinister, evil nature. He's a true demon. Gohan reacts in kind. Pulling back both hands, he starts charging the Kamehameha. Both warriors shoot their energy waves at one another, commencing a beam struggle. Gohan's blast already starts about 3/4 of the way from him to Dabura, since it travelled much faster. It doesn't slow down much either. It keeps powering forward and cutting through Dabura's energy wave, before it hitting him directly. He gets overwhelmed and killed in this blast. Gohan calmly exhales, his arms still extended. A small stream of steam flows off his palms. He's won the fight. Unbeknownst to Gohan, he gives Babidi exactly what he wanted, energy. After initially stealing a good punch of energy from Gohan, and from that fight, Babidi has enough. He transports the crew to this brown ball, and then Majin Buu is revealed. Goku, Gohan and Vegeta step forward as the main warriors. They all zoom forward and circle Buu. Vegeta hits the pink fighter in his back, launching him forward, then Goku comes charging in and punches him back. Gohan punts the fat warrior into the air, and Vegeta flies up and lands a double axe handle. As Buu comes bulleting down, Gohan speeds in from the side and hits him in his large belly. He is launched horizontally, then Goku finishes the combination with a double drop kick. The fighters have showcased wonderful teamwork and coordination. Particularly Goku and Gohan, they've trained together a long time and know how each other fight. As the fight continues, the Saiyan trio claim the clear upper hand. There's little Buu can do. He's a naive, childish fighter, so he doesn't have much technique to work with. Vegeta starts losing motivation, and so does Goku. Maybe it's time that they leave it to the next generation. Let's go. I'm going to get the kids to face him. We can easily take him down, Goku says. Why don't we just defeat him now then? Gohan wonders. We could, but it wouldn't be a good fight. Goten and Trunks could get some good experience fighting him. They haven't fought a villain yet, mind you, Goku says. Vegeta doesn't say any words of objection, so it's done. Goku takes Goten and Trunks to the lookout and starts teaching them the fusion dance, a technique he was taught by the Metamorians in the afterlife. It requires them both to be of equal strength and to master the actual movements to pull it off. Goten is a year younger than Trunks, but is much stronger. He's quarter Viltrumite and a hybrid Saiyan. Both species are stronger when in their hybrid forms, which only amplifies him. Goten brings his power level down to Trunks. They perform the dance and mess it up the first time, but get it down the second time. The muscular, powerful Gotenks fusion is born. He speeds down the lookout and engages in battle with Majin Buu. Even though he is physically superior, he is far too immature and cocky to finish the fight off. Also, Majin Buu's healing abilities prove difficult to overcome and work with. Therefore, the fusion disengages and retreats. Trunks must train hard to get as strong as possible. The strength of their fusion rests on how far he can climb. He is the limiting factor. So the two of them enter the hyperbolic time chamber so Trunks can catch up to Goten. He enters and does rather well. Goten focuses on sparring Trunks really. The idea is to make him stronger. What happens to him isn't as important. Since there's a massive gap in their strength, Trunks climbs fast. Each fight is a beatdown but also a lesson. He learns a lot and grows more than he ever thought he would. Their year in the chamber ends and the two kids emerge. They're ready. Piccolo can sense it. So they perform the fusion dance a second time and get it down in one try. They fuse together in Super Saiyan and Gotenks returns. Oh wow, I'm way stronger than before. This fight will be a piece of cake, Gotenks claims. Don't be so arrogant, Gotenks. Buu isn't the same person you fought before. Something has happened and he's grown stronger. Gotenks merely chuckles in response. That's no biggie. Don't worry, I've got this. Super Buu lands on the lookout, then the three fighters enter the time chamber. This is to contain their fight so others don't get hurt. Gotenks stretches his arms and smiles. He makes his stance, then begins. He speeds forward and lands a jab to begin. This single jab explodes Buu's stomach. Buu staggers back before getting hit with two punches straight to the face. Right after, Gotenks kicks him into the air. As Buu ascends, Gotenks flies around Buu and basically does laps around him, just to show off his superiority. Then he lands a strong punch to hit him into the ground. Piccolo can't believe what he's seeing. This is not the same Gotenks that fought Buu. In that year of training, Trunks got significantly stronger. That only added to the fusion's power. With Goten as a strong opponent, it helped him grow fast. Even technically, Gotenks looks a lot more adept than before. Buu gets angry and charges in. He throws an inverted jab, but Gotenks slips past it easily. He then follows up with an overhand right, but Gotenks rolls forward and evades. He then turns and blocks the next punch that is thrown. Gotenks solidifies his superiority and really bullies Buu. He just rubs it in how much stronger he is. His arrogance might be justified now. Gotenks slides back after blocking a kick, then dusts off his hands. Super Buu shouts with fury. He's getting really irritated with this fight. Buu's strong, but Gotenks knows he can win. He's had his fun with their fight, but he was hoping to get a little more from it. Oh well. You've been quite disappointing, Buu. I was hoping to see a lot more from you, Gotenks reveals. Now, watch this. He crouches and the ground starts rumbling. Piccolo stumbles and nearly falls from the intense quaking. What is this power? It reminds him of a certain someone, Goku. Gotenks roars and ascends into the Ultimate Saiyan transformation, Super Saiyan 3. Gotenks smiles, relishing this new power of his. He's got this in the bag. He totally speed blitzes Buu. He's far too quick to be tracked. With a single punch, his whole abdomen flies out. Small fragments of his pink matter scatter across the chamber. He then drives up an uppercut, taking off Buu's head basically. Stepping back, he shows off an invented technique of his, the kamikaze attack. Several ghost-like creatures that resemble him swarm Buu. They attack him from all directions and all have more than enough strength on their own. Not only that, but they detonate and inflict further damage. Buu, on his last legs and barely holding together, gets hit by Gotenks' tree cannon. It hits Super Buu and destroys him. The blast fires off into the infinite space of the chamber and eventually disintegrates. Okay, I was hoping that would work, Gotenks says. Majin Buu has been defeated, but not by the main protectors. Not Goku or Vegeta, but their children. New Z fighters have arrived, Goten and Trunks. The two kids emerge from the chamber just laughing with each other. They get ready to celebrate their win once they notice something. They look up and see a massive swarm of people in the sky, all standing together just staring down at them. Who are these people? Goten wonders. No way, I thought this was over, Piccolo says, taking off his weighted clothing. Prepare. These are people called VILTRUMITES. They're trying to invade Earth, but we should be strong enough to take them out now. Piccolo lifts along with the kids. Oh, the Namekian, I remember you, the man says before chuckling. You don't want to fight us, VILTRUMITES, Piccolo declares. Laughter breaks out from the people above. I think you've got that the wrong way around. About 15 VILTRUMITES dive from the skies toward Piccolo. They all funnel in together and zoom down, but Piccolo descends. They start this chasing game, just flying after him. As they descend, Piccolo chucks out a weak ki blast, weak to him at least. This single blast vaporizes at least 40 of them. The smoke clears and the others can't believe what they're seeing. The VILTRUMITE that fought Piccolo said that he was around Duke's strength, weaker even. How has he just done that to them then? This is more like Leonidas level, maybe even higher. Goten and Trunks ascend into Super Saiyan and join in the fight too. The trio swiftly dismantle this swarm of VILTRUMITES and clear the skies. Is that all of them? Goten wonders. I doubt it. This is an empire like the one Frieza used to have. There's probably billions of them out there. We just need to kill enough of them so they don't come back, Piccolo explains. Are you sure? A voice says from behind them. They collectively turn. Leonidas, you're alive. I was close to death, but we VILTRUMITES don't die very easily. All it takes is a few weeks and we can heal from almost anything, he reveals. Now, I claimed Earth 10 years ago but didn't control the planet. Now I'm here to do just that, he explains. You stand no chance against even me, Leonidas, Piccolo states. Maybe back then, but now I don't think so. What do you mean? Allow me to show you. Leonidas shuts his eyes and then a blue aura appears around him. It's a dark blue and his coat flies off once he powers up. His eyes glow this same hue as well. His signature suddenly vanishes. The group have no clue what's going on here. It's like he's dead. Your planet is mine, he declares, before blasting forward. He punches Piccolo through the clouds and parts them with ease. He throws a series of punches chasing after Piccolo in between each strike. The kids try and keep up, but he's just moving so fast. Piccolo can't even see the attacks as they come. This is not good. Leonidas tries to race forward again, but someone appears in his path. Goku, what are you doing? I'm here to take your planet, Leonidas shouts back and commences their fight. He speeds forward, taking Goku off guard. He strikes him in his right chest area and breaks several ribs. One of them even punctures his lung. Goku shot into a mountain and it crumbles right on impact. As Leonidas descends, Goku transforms into Super Saiyan 2 to try and add some resistance. There is that grade X transformation he used against Cell, but it led to his death. The stamina drain is clearly very high and he doesn't want to risk his life again. Leonidas swings up an uppercut that Goku blocks. The strike snaps his arm in two. Leonidas then throws a powerful jab, almost a mix between a jab and a left hook. The smash shot. Goku's dropped to his knees, but he steps back and gains some distance. He snaps his arm back into place, but it's still broken. He can't really use it anymore. Goku tries to strategize. He has no clue how strong Leonidas is for some reason. He's giving off no ki, no signatures, like he's become an android, but he's so strong it's unreal. So Goku stays in Super Saiyan 2 no longer. He ascends further into Super Saiyan 3 and debuts it for the first time in battle. He speeds back to Leonidas, who looks a little startled by his speed. He throws a punch and Leonidas turtles up to block it. The shockwave release literally shaves off all the hills and mountains in the vicinity. He follows up with a relentless sequence of punches, but Leonidas manages to block every single one. Goku advances again, but Leonidas times his movements and steps back. While stepping back, he swings in a left hook, a check hook. He pivots out of Goku's way, then swings in his right leg. He goes in to hit his gut, but Goku lifts. He spins anti-clockwise and throws out his left heel. He hits Leonidas square in his chin and pushes him back. The man slides back and holds his hurt chin with surprise. Just how? Leonidas looks at Goku for a few seconds in total silence. Then he starts screaming at the very top of his lungs. He breaks the ground from his power-up. Leonidas is losing control. His whole belief system, his whole school of thought is being destroyed in front of his very eyes. Viltrumites are the very strongest people in existence. If that's the case, then what is this? As he thinks of that, he goes ballistic. He charges at Goku and just lets everything go. It's a desperate attempt to resist what is becoming increasingly evident for him. Maybe Viltrumites aren't as strong as they thought they were. Goku evades most of his incoming attacks. Leonidas might be angry, giving him strength, but he's very predictable. Leonidas chucks out a jab, but Goku dips under it and lands one of his own onto his chest. While they're so close, the Viltrumite goes in for a grab. However, Goku anticipates this movement. He telegraphs the movement. Goku can see it coming from his flexing muscles. He grabs onto Leonidas first, then he kicks at his left leg. This already sends his opponent dropping. To stop him from regaining balance, his other leg is hit. Now Leonidas is fully airborne. Goku latches onto his arm more tightly, then grabs it with his other arm too. He turns around powerfully, then slams Leonidas down. Leonidas is on the ground, with Goku standing just above his head. Goku puts his hands together and starts throwing down repeated strikes. He slams his fists into the fallen Viltrumite. He just keeps letting them off. Eventually, he lifts his arms again to see Leonidas just spitting out blood. Okay, maybe that's enough. I told you not to fight us. I don't want you on my planet anymore. That's all I ask. Goku shouts. Don't try and come back for me. Be smart. Goku turns, but he hears a grunt. Why don't these guys ever take the hint and stand down? However, he stumbles down after taking a step. Leonidas is clearly done. Goku reverts to his base, then flies off. Leonidas tries to get up again, only to fall all the same. He lands on his back, just staring up to the blue sky above. Through the blood coating his face, a tear drops down the side of his face. Seconds later, he passes out and falls unconscious. The Viltrumites leave Earth alone, for now. Leonidas takes heed of Goku's order and leaves the planet without causing any more trouble. Alright, so that settles things. The Earth is back at peace. A few years pass and Beerus wakes up from his slumber. He dreams of a man, the Super Saiyan God. Maybe that person can give him the fight he's always wanted. Luis transports Beerus to Earth so he can start his search. That's the planet with the most Saiyans when they look through the universe. Beerus crashes Bulma's birthday party and demands for the Super Saiyan God to face him. They summon Shenron and he tells them about the ritual. They then perform it on Goku, turning him into the Super Saiyan God. He lights up in an aura of red ki, but the colour turns to a magenta. His hair follows this same colour too. Beerus tilts his head with surprise. This isn't the form he saw in his dream. It looks similar, so it'll do. Goku lands and just looks at his new physique. Beerus and him get ready. They lift into flight and a few seconds later they begin. Goku charges and tries to open up with an elbow. Beerus swivels out the way of the blast rather easily. Goku then throws an uppercut, but that also misses. Goku takes back one hand and tries to hit Beerus with a ki blast. Even if it misses, he can get caught in the blast zone. The purple blast fires at him, but Beerus flips over him. He's so acrobatic, elegant, and extremely fast, but Goku is fast too. He throws a punch that Beerus blocks. He puts his arms into an X and takes the impact right on his forearms. He stays firm and doesn't seem bothered by it at all. He's durable too. Goku follows up his jab with a right uppercut. He tries to funnel the punch in past his guard and it works. His fist soars past his crossed arms and hits Beerus square in his chest. Immediately after, he swings in a kick with his left leg and finishes off with a powerful palm slam. Beerus falls back in the sky, almost taken aback. Then he smiles. This might be better than he expected. Their fight goes all over the place. When they punch each other and fly around, they cover large distance in a flash. Goku flies through the streets of a city and kicks Beerus up into the sky. He flies up, swerving past the skyscraper and creates a massive shockwave as he picks up speed. He hits Beerus further up and zooms after him. He rapidly approaches Beerus and cocks back his fist for a punch. He throws the punch, but Beerus swivels out the way. He lands a kick to Goku's right flank and literally launches him. The impact noise was akin to a gunshot. Goku's got fractured ribs and it feels like his lung might be punctured, just from that single kick. Beerus has been holding back his whole fight, and he's just shown Goku a little more of what he's capable of. How can he fight someone like this? Beerus zips forward and almost appears before Goku. He can't even process his advance. He punches Goku cleanly in his face, then chases after him and lands another. He starts punching Goku around, landing most of his strikes. Goku blocks and evades a few, but sometimes he just can't. He's just way too fast. Goku flips over a punch from Beerus, then hits him down with a drop kick. He lifts both arms over his head and chucks down a ki blast, but Beerus easily knocks it away. Goku dives down with a kick, but Beerus steps back easily. It's almost like teleportation, the way he just falls back in an instant. As Goku's still descending, he looks on incredulously. How? He's getting faster. Then Beerus lands a single punch that literally throws Goku out the whole atmosphere. The god of destruction rises and faces the Saiyan directly. You are strong, but you haven't impressed me enough. Since you have failed to give me an entertaining battle, the price will be your planet. No, Goku shouts and flies at Beerus. He tries to attack him but gets firmly backhanded. His vision turns to double vision and there's a ringing in his ear. Seconds later, a massive purple ki ball appears and grows. Earth cannot take an impact like that. He has to stop it. Beerus chucks it down and Goku catches it right on. The pressure it exudes, it's scary. He pushes as hard as he can but keeps slowly descending. Goku roars, trying to amp himself up as much as he can. Use every ounce of strength. He thinks about those he could lose. Everything he's ever loved and cared about will be gone. Only he can stop that from happening. He must. Suddenly, it vanishes. You did well. I tried to push you there, and you got even further. I'm surprised. That concludes their fight and Earth is spared. Eventually, Goku and Vegeta fall under Whis training. They do well, but Goku is doing particularly well. He's making some serious progress toward unlocking Ultra Instinct. Additionally, he has stronger transformations. Vegeta has simple Super Saiyan God, red hair, red aura, slimmer physique. Goku's form is an offshoot due to his Viltrumite DNA. There is a Viltrumite transformation, the Viltrumite God form. It gives blue eyes and a blue aura, but it doesn't change the colour of the hair though. Goku's Super Saiyan God form is a mix of that transformation, thus its appearance is unique and it's significantly stronger than the ordinary Super Saiyan that Vegeta has. Back on Earth, Frieza returns. He brings along his army but is met by strong resistance. That resistance is led by Goten. Over the years he's grown much stronger, it's insane. He can take out over 20 soldiers with single attacks, they're nowhere near his level. Even Takuma and Shisami stand no chance against him. He swiftly takes them down in Super Saiyan 2 and then he looks to face Frieza directly. He zooms forward in his pod, getting close to Goten. He moved very quickly and Goten has to shut his eyes from the gust of wind. However, he doesn't step back. He's confident and stands his ground. He won't cower away. You're the spitting image of your father. What's your name? Goten. Goten, you've made a mistake trying to fight me. I'm not the same person that fought your father, he claims. Frieza steps out his pod and lands. The fight begins. He zooms toward Goten and lands a kick cleanly on his chest. Goten's launched back and sent rolling across the ground. He tries to slow down by digging his fingers into the dirt, but it proves difficult. He's constantly spinning and flipping around. He eventually stops and spits out blood. The wind got knocked straight out of him and his strength too. Frieza is on a totally different level now. He prepares to advance again, but someone steps in his way. Goku. He appears and brings the Emperor to a stop. Why are you here, Frieza? Goku asks. I'm back to reclaim my empire. The planet is now mine, Frieza says. Oh yeah, Leonidas said the same thing. Didn't go so well for him though. And so their fight starts. Frieza begins in his final form and Goku sticks to his base. He won't need to use anything else. Frieza throws a few punches and Goku evades every single one. He moves just enough to dodge the attack, like he knows exactly when they're coming and where they'll land. Goku punches Frieza straight through a hillside, launching rubble everywhere. He speeds forward, destroying the rubble with the shockwave he releases. He hits Frieza again before flying past him. He grinds to a halt and punts Frieza into the air like he's a volleyball. Finally, he throws down a double axe handle. Frieza hits the ground and he hits it hard. The entire hill he lands on crumbles. Massive boulders roll down into the adjacent waters. I told you I've gone stronger, Frieza. Honestly, Goku isn't even trying either. He's still suppressed significantly and is practically bullying the Emperor. Frieza can't stand for it. His arrogance cannot allow for it. He hits the ground with annoyance, then stands. It's not all over. He ups the stakes and debuts his new form. A golden gleam washes over him as he stands regally. Golden Frieza is born. He blasts up toward Goku now much faster. With a single punch he launches him through the clouds. He zips up and Goku transforms. Frieza's gotten too strong for just his base. He uses Super Saiyan 2 to begin with and dodges his first punch. Frieza then throws in an elbow but it lands on Goku's block. It's a heavy impact. Even in this form Frieza can keep up with him. What a surprise. Frieza swings in a kick. He throws his leg upward but Goku elegantly sidesteps. He moves just enough to evade the attack, stepping to his right then lands a left hand. The two of them seem almost equal at this point. Goku lands a punch and Frieza hits him right back with another. They go toe to toe, bang for bang. But Goku starts to pull ahead. He claims the edge. Frieza was strong initially, but he isn't well trained and used to his golden form. He's running out of energy. Frieza, breathing heavily, puts up his jukes. Goku advances, feinting with a right hand. This baits Frieza in, then he lands a kick to his side. He succeeds with an identical kick before punching Frieza back. Stumbling back a step, he then slams him with a downward punch. Frieza coughs out blood after taking that hit before strugglingly raising. He's getting furious. It seemed like he could have found a way initially, however he's getting beat now. "So you achieved this form and didn't even train to master it," Vegeta says, descending. "My time's up already. Alright then Vegeta, have fun," he says before flying off. Vegeta ascends into his blue state and makes easy work of Frieza. He destroys the planet, but Whis brings back time to save Earth. Once they return, Goku hits him straight up with a Kamehameha and ends the battle right there. Earth is at peace once again. After this point, Goku and Vegeta go on to their training again. Then there is the Tournament of Destroyers. Goku and Vegeta go through strenuous training. They leave nothing in the tank and get as prepared as possible. A single year wasn't enough. The same duo re-enter the chamber twice after to get more training done. The two fighters emerge and Goku actually has longer hair. He's a hybrid Saiyan and so doesn't maintain his hairstyle like a pure blood Saiyan. He gets the trim to keep his original haircut and they prepare to join the tournament. However, they need a team of fighters. There are a few obvious choices: Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Piccolo. They require a fifth though. Goku decides to meet up with Chi-Chi and Goten as he's on Earth. It's great to see his loving family every now and again. He does miss them when he's off training on Beerus' planet. Goten explains how he's been training hard these past few years. Goku can tell he's stronger from his more toned and muscular physique. Of course, he's getting older and his Viltrumite DNA is starting to get more dominant. That means that he'll get stronger even without training. Additionally, he's healing faster and pushing himself further. Alright then. "Show me what you've got," Goku says, lifting from his table. Typical Goku. Even in the middle of a meal, he won't shy away from a fight. Goten lifts with similar enthusiasm. Chi-Chi just looks at them both and smiles. Goten's like Goku's doppelganger, he really is his son. They move away to a nearby grassland, particularly the area where the Z-Fighters confronted Nappa and Vegeta for the first time. Goku looks to where he was standing with his crew. The place looks a little different, but he remembers the scenery. He can even see broken rocks in the vicinity, the remnants of their conflict. "Okay, show me what you can do," Goku says. He slowly slides his right foot along the grass. He tucks his right hand in and extends his left arm slowly but firmly. Goten decides to begin with Super Saiyan. His aura manifests, flowing powerfully and wildly. He lifts into flight and shoots himself forward. The gust of wind from that advance takes out beads of grass and sends nearby rocks flying. Goku smiles while watching his son approach. He's gotten stronger, just what he likes to see. Goten starts off with a right hand. It's close and nearly lands but misses the target. He's thrown forward and basically walks into Goku's first attack. Goku throws out his tucked in right arm, twisting his fist over so his fingers face the ground. He hits Goten cleanly in his chest. The punch creates some distance between them and puts things into perspective for Goten. Super Saiyan might not be enough. He doesn't transform just yet though. You'll see how far he can go for a little bit and turn things up later. He flies at Goku and begins with 2 straight punches. They are quick and are thrown well, but Goku blocks with his forearms. Goten's going to have to switch things up. Basic straight punches aren't going to work. He rushes to Goku's right hand side, his left. Once he's in position, he throws both arms forward and leaps, flying forward as fast as he can. His fists crash into Goku's face. That was a good hit. "Can you sense me?" Goten asks. Don't worry, you'll get it down when you're big and grown like me. It's super cool, it lets me see a lot more than just with my eyes." "Okay," Goten says enthusiastically. Then their faces get more serious. They re-enter fighting mode. Goten ascends into Super Saiyan 2 but doesn't stop there. He starts shouting and a smile breaks out on Goku's face. He knows what he is going to do. He's come a long way. Goten reaches Super Saiyan 3, a very powerful transformation but a taxing one. He won't be able to use it for long. Goten starts with a flurry of punches. He's much stronger, much faster and more confident. That makes him fight more aggressively and more impressively. Goku blocks or evades every single hit then jumps into the air. Goten flies after him and shoots up a punch. It comes in quick since he was flying up, however it misses still. Goku falls back and lets the punch pass him. Then once Goten is directly in front of him, he lands a right hand cleanly on his chest. He's rocketed through a rock tower and intensely rolls through the dirt. Once he stops, he just looks down to the dirt all over his body. That was some serious power. Whenever he breathes, he can feel a slight sharp pain in his chest. That's not good. Goku lands right in front of his son and gets attacked right after. Goten throws a punch, but it's parried. It throws his arm aside, but also leaves the side of his body totally open. Goku swings in a kick onto his right flank. His son gets chucked again, but he slows down. It feels quite irritating and demotivating to just get pushed around like this. He can tell Goku's still holding back so much, but he can't do anything to him. His punches feel like freight trains getting thrown at him at full speed. He closes his eyes and exhales. There's no use in getting angry about it. If he wants to win, he'll have to focus, and that's exactly what he does. Goten charges toward his father. He moves faster than he's done their whole battle and just latches onto him. What is he up to? Goku wonders. He won't just let him do what he wants, but on the other hand he's curious. Goten lifts Goku up and flies down as hard as he can. He's attempting a slam. Before Goku hits the ground, he shuffles out of his son's grasp and rolls aside to soften the fall. Goten puts up a great fight. He shows valiance, courage and determination. However, Goku is being trained by the literal angel of their universe. He also has several decades more fighting experience under his belt. There is a rather unfair advantage. Goku makes sure to praise his son. He can see he's dissatisfied with his performance, but Goku is more than pleased. He's come a long way. He's way stronger than he was at his age. Shortly after this point, the tournament begins. Piccolo is the first to fight and unluckily loses to Frost. The next fighter to step up to the plate is Goten. Universe 6 is dumbfounded at the young kid that takes the stage. Frost can't even take him seriously. When Goten sees Frost, he sees Frieza. He could easily be his brother or something. Looks like he's from the same race in the twin universe. He didn't like Frieza, but Frost seems like a nicer guy. He's going to enjoy this fight. Goten begins in just his base and sprints across the gridded arena. He throws quick calculated punches, but Frost manages them well. He blocks a jab with his right forearm, then steps to the left to evade a right cross. Finally, he thrusts his leg into Goten's chest. Now airborne, Goten puts his arms above his head. A white key blast appears and he chucks it down to Frost. It fires down and hits Frost straight on. He comes down like a truck. He tucks his legs in and almost becomes a cannonball. He just wants to hit Frost as hard as he can. He moves quick, a lot more quickly than he should. Frost is stricken in his chest and sent into the ground. Their fight continues and is quite the entertaining one. Goten has the upper hand in terms of fighting skill, but Frost has the slight edge in physical capability. Goten takes a punch onto his forearms and lets it slide him back. He makes some distance and then powers up. In only a few seconds he transforms into Super Saiyan 3, but he keeps on going. Goku and Vegeta lean forward in their seats. He doesn't have GOKU, does he? There's no way. Goku needed the ritual for that and Vegeta needed direct training from Whis from months. So why does it seem like he's trying to transform? He screams and charges his ki for a while. He's pushing hard, putting 100% into this. He creates a strong quake in the arena and even the spectators feel it too. Champa looks a little worried. Just who does Beerus have in his ranks? Suddenly there's a small spark of energy, a lime green spark. Then it expands over his head and turns into that same green colour. His eyes turn green and he enters a totally new state. Full power Super Saiyan 3. A mix between the Ikari forms and Super Saiyan states. The VILTRUMITE in human DNA makes it easier for Goten to control the Uzaru. As a result of this, he managed to acquire it himself. Goten breaks the arena with his advance. Frost looks almost frozen in time for him, his mouth open wide with disbelief. A single punch is all it takes. Frost's back hits the ground and outside the arena with a loud hard thud. Goten proceeds, and Frost is eliminated. Goten swiftly defeats Ultimagetta then moves on to his next fight. He looks quite interested with the competitor. He knows that Cabba is his Saiyan from their twin universe. This should be fun. Goten and Cabba run at one another, then slam their forearms together. A thin but sharp gust of wind flies out circularly. Some in the crowd even blink as it approaches them. Cabba throws a right hook, but Goten times himself and slips under it. He falls into a crouch, then explodes up with an uppercut. His rough knuckles hit Cabba's jaw and knock his head up. His eyes are diverted from his opponent and this gives Goten free rein. He lands 3 straight punches in this time and goes in for a 4th, but Cabba's eyes are down again. He parries the 4th, then lands one himself. The fight feels very similar to the one with Frost at first, however Goten doesn't want to just fight in their bases, so he asks for them to move on to Super Saiyan. Cabba responds saying that he has no clue what he's on about. Oh, okay, the Saiyans in Universe 6 haven't achieved Super Saiyan just yet. Oh well. He's had a good fight, but he wants to see what else Universe 6 has to offer him. He calms and then ascends into Super Saiyan, right after he punches Cabba airborne. Spinning through the air, Goten bashes him back down with a double axe handle. He's thrown out the ring's boundaries and is eliminated. Next, he faces the final warrior of their twin universe. Champa is shaking from anger. This little kid has walked through his whole team of fighters. How is this possible? Hit has a cold, standoffish demeanor. He's quiet, still, and nonchalant. Goten begins in his base form and moves. He swings in a right hand that is easily evaded. Hit elegantly slides out of harm's way and watches the fist fly by without concern. He's quick and light on his feet. This is a fighter. Goten then places all his weight on his left leg. Hit is moved to his right and so he dons a southpaw stance. He throws a left hand that is more like a cross than a jab. It has some good power behind it, but Hit seemingly vanishes. Goten shuts his eyes from the gust of wind. Hit has arrived behind him. That was insane. Goten turns in Super Saiyan and launches a one-hand energy wave, a surprise attack. Even this spontaneous movement proves futile. Hit evades it with a simple jump and then just lands elsewhere. He advances again but misses all his attacks. Then Hit chooses to attack. With Goten's arm still extended after a punch, he grabs the neck of his shirt. Hit pulls him up so quickly he releases a wave of air. Then he brutally slams him with a lot of force. Goten grunts in pain and can taste metal in his mouth. It's blood. Goten reaches further, the furthest he can go. He enters his full power Super Saiyan 3 form. He then jumps around and shakes his legs off. It's time to get serious. Goten has entered his highest state, full power Super Saiyan 3. Hit is no pushover. If he wants to win, he'll have to give it his all. Goku leans forward in his chair. Goten sparred him, but that was some light-hearted fun. This will be a test for him, to see how he performs under pressure. Let's see how far you've come, Goku thinks. Vegeta watches intently as well. In his mind, he thinks of Trunks. He hopes he hasn't fallen too far behind. It grinds his gears to see Goten stronger than his own son, but hopefully the gap isn't too large. Goten crouches, loading up his legs with his own weight. Once he starts to push, he cracks the arena. This is some serious force output. He leaps away like a spring, converting all that building energy into speed. He cocks back his fist and vehemently shouts in his advance. During his first punch, it's parried. Hit knocks his right arm to the side while also pivoting to the left. He does so in one swift, coordinated movement. Goten focuses on Hit's chin. He thrusts up his left leg and looks to be throwing an upwards kick, however his leg stops short. Then there is the first facial expression Hit ever showcases, a sliver of shock. Goten's being smart. Goku smiles after seeing this, a perfectly executed feint. Goten then throws out his right leg toward Hit's abdomen. It fires quickly and leaves a trail of wind in its wake. Suddenly, Goten feels a fist crashing into the side of his face. Hit disappeared and just appeared in a totally different area. Goten slides across the arena and is nearly eliminated. Dropping his arms and dragging along the flat arena, he just about stops. Hit does the same thing again. It's not even like he moves, he just appears in front of Goten. Tightening his fist until it vibrates, he shoots up an uppercut. Goten is launched into the air and sent sliding across the force field surrounding the arena. Hit flies right after him, snatching him from the ring's edge. He has a firm grasp on Goten and even rips part of his clothing when pulling him. Goten lands a right hand, but Hit doesn't even move. His face remains as serious and neutral as ever. Then he slowly turns to look down to the arena. What is he planning? Hit dives down and puts Goten directly in front of him. Then he throws him down. Before he hits the ground, he throws down both legs to land a brutal double drop kick. Goten coughs out blood and shouts in pain. Champa cheers. This is how it should be. Hit then throws Goten out the ring and defeats him. I'm next, Vegeta says, standing. He takes on Hit but can't beat him. He nearly gets there. Goku being so strong has made Vegeta push further. He progresses faster in sparring and trains even harder to try and keep up with him. But Hit is just slightly ahead. Also, his time skip makes it particularly challenging. He can just teleport around the battlefield and evade any attack. His final flash, useless. Hit can just dodge. Vegeta does figure out that he can't just spam the attack, so if he times himself, he can catch Hit. Annoyingly, Hit is still faster than him without the time skip. Even when he attacks at the right time, it isn't nearly effective enough. Then, Goku lifts. It's all over now. The VILTRUMITE Saiyan hybrid steps onto the arena and shakes himself off. I hope you have a good match, Goku says, putting his hand out for a handshake. Hit doesn't show him any respect and keeps his arms behind his back. If he wants respect from the greatest assassin of Universe 6, he will need to show strength. Goku begins and leaps at Hit. He swings, but Hit arrives behind him using his time skip. Once he's behind Goku, he lands a kick to his back and throws him forward. Eventually slowing down, he turns and tries to attack again. Those attacks are similarly futile. After that, a smile breaks out on Goku's face. Throughout the years, Goku's become increasingly bored with sparring and training. The only people that can face him are Beerus and Whis. Beerus is asleep half the time and isn't willing to fight like at all. That leaves him with Whis as the only person that he can go all out against. Even though he can try, Whis is just so much stronger than him that he can't even enjoy the fight. He finally understands why Beerus wanted to fight someone so bad. Being a VILTRUMITE and a Saiyan doesn't make this any easier either. Hit is stronger than him in his base, and that's a good sign. He falls back and doesn't engage again. Hit doesn't even attack himself. If he isn't interested, he won't participate. Goku then transforms into Super Saiyan. A wave of wind and golden ki flows outward and brushes over Hit. It makes his dark cloak billow lightly. He still stands there, with his arms behind his back. He shouts, powering up. His aura grows more intense and energetic than he advances. Goku throws an uppercut aimed at Hit's solar plexus. If this lands, that can knock the wind right out of him. While his fist travels, Hit relies on his time skip. Hopping to Goku's side, he evades. As he steps aside though, Goku tracks him with his eyes. So he isn't teleporting, but just moving extremely quickly. Goku watches him turn away, then advances. He flicks out a few jabs, but Hit evades them all and utilizes time skip to dodge the final one. Goku rolls under a punch, then leaps away. Alright, let's try something out. His son mixed Ikari and Super Saiyan. Let's see if he can do that. He excels and starts his power up. In mere seconds, he reaches full power Super Saiyan. His iris is vanished though. This is his first instance of using this form, and so he can't control it well. He isn't berserk like an Uzaru, but still isn't as calm as normal. Goku charges forward, making Hit's eyes widen with surprise. He hastily uses time skip and throws his body out of harm's way. Goku tracks him once again with his eyes, even if he can't move anywhere near as fast. He turns to his right and throws out an elbow. Hit evades that as well. Hit arrives behind Goku and throws a left hook, however Goku catches the attack. "I'm gonna hold you down so you don't go anywhere," Goku says. "Your attack is neat, but I got the hang of it." Goku isn't just strong, he is very intelligent when it comes to battle. In just this rather short fight, he's figured out the main drawback to Hit's attack. He pulls Hit forward and strikes him on the forehead with a headbutt. He does so again, then lands a right hand. It connects sharply, and some ooze come from the crowd. That was a good shot. They know that Hit hurt. Hit falls to his knees, then gets sent into a roll. On the ground, Hit wipes a drop of blood from the side of his mouth. He looks quite infuriated and angry, but something changes. A smile breaks out on his face. This fight has been very entertaining and now he can go all out. He attempts to land a smash punch, a mix between a jab and a hook. Before his fist lands on the target, Goku lands a punch of his own. Hit gets hit with an uppercut and is rocketed into the sky. Goku then shoots him down with a double axe handle. Instead of just letting him hit the ground, he hits him laterally twice in the air. Goku's so strong and fast that he has total control in this fight. He's become a blur to Hit. He doesn't even know when to use his time skip because he can't process when Goku's going to attack. The final sideways strike throws Hit out the ring and he is eliminated. Goku wins the Tournament of Destroyers and brings the win back to Universe 6. Beerus and we celebrate with him and praise the Saiyan. He's honoured Beerus and his universe. However, not all is well. When he was fighting, someone was watching. Somebody with quite the dangerous ideology. Complete contempt and disdain for mortals. Zamasu. Future Trunks arrives at Capsule Corp and reveals a new threat, Goku Black. He's killed billions of people in his universe and the world has collapsed into ruin once again. Goku can't stand to hear this. Someone is using his body to cause such evil and destruction, how dare they? So him and Vegeta head over there to see what's going on. At first there is near complete silence. The only noise that accompanies them is the slow burning of adjacent flames and a slight breeze. "I'm going first, Kakarot. I need to show this guy he's no Saiyan. It's an abomination to take the body of our race." Goku can tell Vegeta is quite convicted, so he stays back and lets him fight for now. If things get out of hand, he'll step in. Goku might be much stronger than Vegeta, but he assumes his false Saiyan isn't. Just taking one's body won't make you as strong as them if they're highly skilled, so this should be an easy win for him. It takes a short while, but Goku Black eventually shows himself. He flies incredibly quickly with both arms ahead of his body. He slows to a stop and faces Vegeta. He begins in Super Saiyan, then they begin. Vegeta flies straight at Goku Black and initiates their battle with an upward kick. It lands perfectly onto Black's chin and causes him to backflip repeatedly. Vegeta tucks in his legs and thrusts them out and blasts up. A massive shockwave is released when he does this. He means business. He lands a punch right to Black's gut and makes him wheeze. He's knocked the wind right out of him, he can tell. Vegeta smiles. This is how it should be. How dare this man think he can be a Saiyan? He's weak, just as he thought. Vegeta grabs him by the neck of his shirt and stares into his soul with his sea blue eyes. "You think you're one of us? How dare you think you can take the body of a Saiyan and achieve anything meaningful with it?" he shouts. Vegeta dives down and drives the 4 Saiyan right through a building. Goku Black falls onto his hands and knees and spits out blood. Every breath he takes comes with a grunt. Just the thought of being beat like this by a mortal. A savage, weak mortal. It's hard for his brain to endure and comprehend. How dare we fight him? How dare a mortal lay his hands on someone like him? Vegeta stands boldly above Black. There is a raging flame directly behind him, giving him a darker, more silhouette appearance to his opponent. He stands ahead of him, with his fists by his side. He will never be a Saiyan. Black punches the ground, breaking the tarmac. Then he shouts and transforms into Super Saiyan. Okay, let's see how strong he is with that form. Black leaps back up to his feet quickly. Vegeta sees how fast he does this and notes that he'll struggle in basic Super Saiyan. Black lands a punch, but Vegeta manages to block. He's sent sliding across the street and covers like 20 meters. There's a lingering bugging sting in his forearm. He won't be able to endure many more hits like that. So Vegeta calms and begins using his God Ki. Black shouts and flies straight down this street. He throws a full power punch aimed right on Vegeta's chest. His knuckles crash into his chest, but it feels akin to hitting a block of steel. There's a visible and audible snap in some bones in his hand. "What happened?" Black shouts, falling back and grasping his hurt hand. How did he was going to mop the floor with him, he's sure of it. Is that the strongest form you can use? Vegeta asks. If so, I just feel sorry for you. Black clenches his fists so hard they start to bleed and just bellows. He's getting increasingly infuriated with this battle, and this anger evolves into rage. He throws a relentless barrage of punches, but they all do nothing. He throws his fists up and throws them down like an ape. Easily, Vegeta grabs both arms. Then he pulls them down. Black falls onto his knees and they both crush under the force. He shouts in pain and takes a punch straight to the neck. Vegeta shows complete dominance in their fight and gives Black no breathing room. His attacks have malice behind them, making them even more damaging and dangerous. Black on the ground coughs out blood and slowly turns onto his back. Vegeta just grabs him by the neck of his shirt and repeatedly slams him. Black tries his hardest to free himself but cannot. If he dies, it can mean the end of his fight, the end of his cause. Vegeta lifts him a little higher then slams him down. This final slam is the finisher, the killing move. Black's ki vanishes and he passes away. The job is done. Goku Black has been defeated. Vegeta lifts and dusts off his hands and smiles. Serves him right. Trunks has utmost gratitude for Vegeta's help. If not for him, he didn't know what he would have done, so the duo return to their own timeline and leave Trunks alone. Zamasu arrives in the future timeline and sees that Goku Black has been defeated. He was hoping to have some form of partnership with him to complete the project. Looks like he won't be able to do that now. Instead, he looks to other strong warriors. He surfs GODTube, showcasing battles that occur across the universe. That's when he finds something, an army of some warrior race. VILTRUMITE are what they're called. He focuses particularly on their leader, Leonidas. He wants his body. So he acquires it with the Super Dragon Balls. Then he tries to kill his son. He has olive-toned skin with blonde waves and piercing blue eyes. Kylo, the heir to the throne. What's wrong with you, father? Why are you talking like that? I am not your father. I have taken his body to do my bidding, Leonidas states. Even his voice is different. Kylo scoffs and has a look of disgust on his face. How dare an inferior being think he can occupy the body of a Viltrumite? It's such a cowardly, weak way to battle. Why couldn't he come here with his own body and fight with his own fists? You have no honor. You're a plague, Kylo states. Kylo swings back his right leg. I'm going to slaughter you, then return my father to his body, he shouts. While Leonidas has been away, he's conquered Namek. Now they have a team of people that locate and collect the Dragon Balls every single time they're used. He zips forward and begins. He lands a straight kick to his nose and snaps it in two. Zamasu was hoping that Kylo wouldn't be as strong as his father. It seems like the gap between them isn't big. Zamasu flies through a pillar and then Kylo shapes his hand into a blade. He slices right across his gut, sending his entrails flying out. Zamasu screams out in pain after taking that attack. Kylo pushes him back with a straight punch, then shoots him up with an uppercut. He rushes up and grabs him by the neck of his shirt and pushes him further up. Then he curves back and turns 180 degrees. He dives down and slams Zamasu. He bellows in pain. Kylo doesn't stop there. He shows off the sheer brutality of the Viltrumites. He's even more motivated to cause pain because of what this person has done. At least he knows his father's mind isn't in there anymore. Even so, that wouldn't stop him. He'll get payback for that coming of age battle all those years ago. He grabs the loose intestines and starts pulling them like it's a rope. The pain that Zamasu feels is hard to put into words. He doesn't even grunt or shout, the pain is that bad. It's not even like he can with the blood pooling in his mouth. Kylo drops down, wraps the intestines around his neck, then pulls them so hard that he decapitates his father. Zamasu is defeated, just like that. Good riddance, Kylo states, before lifting. His father will return, but something is clear. Now that the Grand Regent has been killed, that title falls onto him. Kylo is the new Grand Regent of the Viltrum Empire. Kylo sits atop his throne as an advisor enters his throne room. He's simply resting his arm on his armchair, relishing his recent victory and taking in the scenery. It feels great to be the leader of his people. Grand Regent, we've acquired the DNA of Goku. He is half Viltrumite, he announces. Kylo shoots to his feet. There's a gust of wind as he does so. No, he's a Saiyan, Kylo replies. Yes, he is half Viltrumite and half Saiyan. He is one of us, he explains. Kylo stands still and silently for a few seconds before collapsing back into his throne. He looks almost dead and stares out into the empty space in his room. That changes everything. They shouldn't be trying to defeat Goku, they should be trying to bring him into their ranks. Even if he is half Saiyan, his Viltrumite DNA will be dominant. He will be an amazing soldier to add to our arsenal. Send a team on their way to get him. I'll catch up to them, Kylo orders. Of course, Grand Regent. I will get on it this instant, he states. Goten gets given the luxury of training with his father and Whis for a few months. He's hit a plateau after achieving Ikari Super Saiyan 3 and wants to reach further. So Whis gives him God Ki so he attains the Super Saiyan God form that Goku has. He gets an immediate power boost that is massive. He's already near Vegeta's strength after this power boost. Their sparring matches end in stalemates when they use equivalent forms basically. The tournament of power comes around and the universe must form their squad. Goku, Goten and Vegeta return to planet Earth to meet a certain someone that's already on the planet. Kylo, the new Grand Regent of the Viltrum Empire. Who are you? You look a bit like Leonidas, Goku says. My name is Kylo and after my father's untimely passing I claim the position of leader, Kylo says. Goku is immediately hostile. Nothing good has come out of these Viltrumites. They're evil, brutal and arrogant. They'll just keep annoying him even if he beats them down again and again. Goku, do you know that you're a Viltrumite? Kylo asks. Goku's jaw drops. Goten hears this and can't believe it. Those guys that he was fighting after he beat Buu. No way. That means he's one of them too. How do you know? We took a piece of your DNA. You have Saiyan and Viltrumite DNA, he reveals. Fine, so why should I care? I'm an Earthling and that's that. No. Our Viltrumite DNA, it's dominant. Our philosophy is dominant. Whether you are half Viltrumite, quarter Viltrumite, or even just a 16th, you are one of us. You are not one of those savages. We're not savages, Goku responds. Saiyans are a strong race, but they are inferior to us. You are the supreme race. Do not be held back by these animals, Kylo states. Fulfill your purpose. Join the Viltrum Empire, Kylo says, reaching out a hand. His arm remains extended for a good few seconds. Once he realizes Goku won't shake his hand, he retracts it. Fine, looks like I'll have to beat you into submission, he shouts. A blue aura engulfs him and his eyes glow blue too. His key signature fades, surprising Goku. What power is he using? God Key. How can you use God Key? He shouts. We used the Dragon Balls on that planet called Namek to grant us this ability. It's neat, isn't it? Kylo smirks. He shoots his arms forward and flies straight at Goku. The battle begins. Kylo grabs Goku and drives him through the upper parts of his home, then he keeps flying up into the sky. Goku chucks down multiple punches and elbows while he's being grabbed. All the attacks do little to nothing at all. His base form won't suffice. Kylo grabs him by the neck of his shirt and repeatedly punches him with his free arm. He rattles him off quickly and leaves Goku with a broken, bloody nose. He then chucks him down and looks at him with disgust as he descends. He's been intoxicated by this weakness on this planet. The humans have brainwashed him into living an inferior life. He dives down there and punches Goku into the ground. Kylo descends slowly and lands next to his fallen Viltrumite brother. Stop this needless resistance. I will beat you until you agree to join us. Instead of forcing me to do that, join us willingly, Kylo says, reaching out his hand again. Get away from my dad, Goten says from behind him. At first, Goku wants his son to get away as fast as he can. This is no fight for a kid like him. The Viltrumites don't just fight to fight, they go in for the kill. If they don't do that, they'll make you wish you were dead. But he knows how strong his son is. Kylo's messed him up a little bit, but he's still in his base form. If he used Super Saiyan, he's sure he could win. Goten could definitely win this. Kylo looks at Goten completely surprised. He cannot believe this tiny child is trying to test him. So, this is your son. He's valiant, but dangerously naive. You should have stayed inside. Kylo storms forward in a quick stroll. He tries to intimidate Goten with his advance, but he stands firm. He doesn't back down. Goten isn't the young, experienced person he used to be. He's fought strong people, intimidating people, a mix of both. Goten ascends into Super Saiyan 3 and charges at Kylo. His eyes widen and he hastily pulls his arms in to protect his torso. The impact is going to hurt. Goten's right fist crashes into his left forearm and snaps it in two. Then he shapes his hand into a blade and stabs it into Kylo's gut. Kylo coughs out blood and grunts in pain. This is a deep, strong agony that is hard for the brain to endure. However, the Viltrumites are determined and resistant. He carries on. He pulls Goten's hand out and throws a double axe handle. It lands purely out of the surprise Goten feels. He can literally see a small part of his intestines that has fallen out the open wound, but somehow he's still fighting on. Kylo throws 2 straight punches in a desperate attempt to hit his foe. Just like his father, he can't deal with the pain of this loss. What makes things even more humiliating is it will be at the hands of a small child. No, how could the Grand Regent of the Great Viltrum Empire lose to a person like this? Kylo roars, overcome with rage. The ground cracks underneath him and rumbles. He's getting stronger. Goku lifts and retreats to get out of the danger zone. His muscles suddenly puff up and his pupils vanish. Kylo breathes slowly, with each breath sounding like that from a dragon. He's entered his max power state. His mind has devolved into one akin to a wild beast. The only thing on his mind is battle and murder. He lets off a freaky smile, then advances. He throws down his hefty right arm for a slam-like strike with his forearm. Goten catches the attack and stays firm. Kylo tries to push him down, but he simply crouches and takes the force. Goten's fighting back. Kylo then spins anti-clockwise and throws out his left leg. The attack lands on Goten's tucked in right forearm. He lets the attack slide him along the arena just to feel the strength of that strike. He's much stronger but not out of reach. He probably can win this in this form. Their fight rages on and enters the skies. That's when they really get to show off their skills. The air is the Viltrumite's second home. Goten is not only stronger but more intelligent than this mindless Kylo. He can use his brutish behaviour to his advantage. He telegraphs his attacks and fights in a predictable, rudimentary way. Kylo throws repeated jabs and right hands in sequence. Goten sees them coming and turtles up to take the hits onto his arms. He waits and times himself. Once he sees a right hand coming in, he gets to work. Goten flows past his incoming fist, then latches onto the neck of Kylo's shirt. His angry face turns to that of confusion. Goten swings in repeated kicks right to the opening in Kylo's gut. He throws them diagonally downward. So the two of them slowly descend while he fires these off. Kylo's entrails flow out the growing wound in his gut and he starts coughing out volumes of blood. Seconds later, he falls out of his max power state from the severity of his injuries. Finally, Goten cocks back both arms as far as he can go. "This is for hurting my dad," he says in a bold, cold tone. He throws his bloody fists onto the Grand Regent's chest and bullets him down to ground. That brings their battle to a close. Goten remains in flight, looking at the fallen warrior below him. He's become a true warrior, strong, determined, violent. Goku flies off suddenly and Goten doesn't really understand why. Then he rushes back and hands Kylo a senzu bean. "What are you doing?" he asks, totally confused. "Remember the Tournament of Power? We need a team, don't we?" Goku says. "Oh yeah, that is right." Initially they only looked within their ranks for suitable fighters, people they're either close to or know about. Leonidas is one strong fighter. They might be much stronger, but that doesn't take away from his abilities. Kylo's very strong as well. Why did you heal me?" Kylo roars. "I didn't need your aid. How dare you choose to help me? Now you're berating me for helping you. Look, we've got a tournament coming up with a bunch of strong guys. You like fighting, don't you?" "It's in my blood." "Exactly. Did you know there are other universes?" Goku asks. "Other universes?" The Viltrum Empire has no clue about this. "Well, we have a tournament coming with 11 other universes taking part. Every universe employs a team of the strongest fighters in their universe. You're strong. I must admit, I was hoping even your father could join too. It's too bad what happened to him." Now that Kylo knows Goku is a Viltrumite, he doesn't seem as hostile. He has respect for him. Before he did deep in his soul, but wasn't strong enough to admit that to himself. He didn't know he was a Viltrumite, so believed he was inferior. But then again, the Viltrumite's philosophy of strength, meaning everything, makes Saiyans quite the high-level race in their eyes. He's not surprised that a Viltrumite Saiyan hybrid like Goku is a thing. "What's in it for me?" "Well, the universe gets erased if we lose," Goku says, scratching his head. With that, Kylo revives his father. It's a tough decision. Viltrumites don't really believe in the idea of reviving people. Fate means something, people die for a reason. Maybe your time was up, maybe you were too weak to survive. Either way, it's better that person stays dead. As for his father though, he wasn't slain in battle. A terrible, terrible person took over his body and tried to use it for his own nefarious purposes. That's such a cowardly way to kill someone. Kylo believes it will be right to revive him. So Leonidas returns and reclaims his title as Grand Regent of the Viltrum Empire. Kylo explains everything happening with this Tournament of Power, and Leonidas obliges to go there. Once he hears Goku will be there, he gets a shiver down his spine. There's a mix of anger and fear when he hears his name. Fear from how strong he is, and anger from the fear he feels. Fear is weakness. There is nothing to fear but fear itself. Leonidas and Kylo enter the ranks. So this is the squad for the Tournament of Power. Goku, Vegeta, Gohan, Goten, Piccolo, Trunks, Kylo, Leonidas, Frieza, and finally Android 17. A stacked group of individuals, by far the craziest squad out of all 12 universes. Goku alone will prove troublesome for every other universe's team combined. Even Goten will be a challenge for almost every person in their rosters. Leonidas and Kylo stay side by side at the beginning of the fight. Dispo immediately shows off his great speed, flying around the Viltrumites. It's annoying because flying is prohibited in the battle, so they can't use the air as another angle to attack from. Kylo sprints forward only to get hit back by the sprinting Dispo. His nose breaks and he falls onto his bottom, but looks back to his father. He has this look of disappointment on his face and this angers him. He was the Grand Regent for a short while. What if Leonidas, his father, thinks he wasn't worthy of that title? No, we can't let that happen, and he's going to show him here. He was hoping to impress his father in this tournament, so he can't slip up again. "Don't be so rash next time, Kylo," Leonidas says before making a stance. Dispo moves very quickly around the two of them. It would not be smart to remain in their base states, so they ascend further into their Viltrumite god forms. Leonidas reaches further and utilizes the max power state on top of that. He has much more control over the form than his son. He only achieved it for the first time with the Viltrumite god form in his fight against Goten. It also took a lot of energy out of him. Both warriors leap toward Dispo. Leonidas cocks back his hand in the shape of a blade. He swings across his chest and leaves a deep, gruesome cut through it. After taking that, he takes a punch straight to his abdomen. Dispo slides across the arena and spits out blood. He looks a lot more alarmed now. Dispo's an arrogant fighter. He thought he had it in the bag initially. After the attacks he's just taken, he can't be so sure anymore. Leonidas speeds toward him and lands a punch cleanly on his chest. Then Kylo arrives behind the Pride Trooper and slams his fist into his back. He's fired into the ground and breaks through the arena. "You were unentertaining," Leonidas says, grabbing Dispo by the back of his neck. Chucking him out, they eliminate one of the strongest Pride Troopers, then move on to face other opponents. Jiren stands before Goku. The two strongest warriors in the arena face each other directly. Goku smiles with excitement while jumping around to warm his legs. "I've been waiting for this fight. I hope it's a good one," Goku says, before making a stance. Jiren gives not even a word. He remains totally still, waiting for the Saiyan to attack. Goku shoots forward his arms and leaps extremely quickly. Jiren easily slips past both arms. Goku smiles as he flies past him. This is going to be good. He grinds to a halt and attacks again. No matter how aggressive he fights, he can't land a single attack. Jiren can always evade or get out of range. Not only is he strong, but he's also exceptionally talented. Goku takes a big step back and launches a barrage of ki blasts. Jiren effortlessly swings at each one, knocking them to the far edges of the arena. The intense explosions grab the attention of some spectators and fighters nearby. They're so intense and even throw people off their feet. Goku steps back, then transforms. He enters Super Saiyan God and continues again. Jiren's eyes widen as he advances. He's much faster than before. Goku throws a punch and it almost lands. However, it lands snugly into Jiren's left hand. Jiren slides back a little over an inch, but endures the impact surprisingly well. Suddenly, he twists Goku's fist over and cocks back his own. Jiren's going to throw his first attack. Goku tries to pull, but his grasp is too strong, so he's forced to take the punch. It knocks him back and leaves him disoriented for a little bit. While he's stumbling back, Jiren attacks again. Leaping up, he drop kicks him across the arena. Goku slides across it, holding his chest. Super Saiyan's not gonna be enough either. He spits out a little blood, then wipes his mouth. Jiren still looks quite unconcerned. He was more taken by surprise than truly impressed. Goku ascends further into Super Saiyan 2, then he charges forward again. This time, Jiren shows true alarm. He's quick. Goku throws a jab and Jiren literally throws himself out of its way. The hurtling fist misses his face by a hair and forces his eyes shut from the gust of wind. The Saiyan follows up with a right hand aimed right at his solar plexus. This gets even closer, but Jiren manages to take the impact onto his forearm. Jiren grimaces as he slides back. His face then turns to that of disgust. Goku wonders what could be causing that expression. It's that feeling, the fact that he felt discomfort. He should not be feeling discomfort. Goku speeds forward again, but sees Jiren explode in a fierce aura of orange ki. Jiren's putting effort in now. Goku begins with a light, quick jab. That doesn't get near Jiren, who slips to Goku's left and throws a jab of his own. The jab lands square on his chin and throws him back a big amount. Right after, he receives a knee to his gut, followed up by an elbow to the temple. That final hit leaves him very disoriented, and he almost falls from his lack of coordination. Jiren uses this tiny split second to let off a flurry of straight punches, jabs and right hands. Jiren pulls back his right fist for his final hit. He's going to put all his weight behind this. His fist shoots toward Goku, who catches it and brings Jiren to a stop. His head is down, so all Jiren can see is his hair, but then he lifts and reveals glowing green eyes. A spark of green ki emits from his lifted arm, then fills his golden aura. His hair switches to green too. Jiren throws another punch straight on his face. It does nothing. Goku then crouches and throws up a devastating uppercut. Jiren is launched into the central pole of the arena and through it. The arena is covered in this created debris and Jiren nearly flies off the ring entirely. It seems so at first, but he manages to hang onto the edge. He throws himself up onto the arena floor, then roars vehemently. The rage he feels now is almost impossible to contain. He goes almost feral with anger and charges at Goku. He violently swings his arms in a series of punches. They hold a lot of power but are terribly telegraphed. Goku elegantly taps around the fists and moves around to evade each one. Jiren throws a left hook, then Goku slips right under and lands an uppercut. This last uppercut really rocks Jiren. His brain wants him to stay upright, but his body doesn't follow. Almost to his own surprise, he falls to a knee. He explodes back up to his feet only to stumble and fall back down again. He slams his fist and shouts. Goku feels a little bad. It's clear this fight means a lot to him. I mean, why wouldn't it? His life and whole universe is at stake here. He's pretty much the only person left that could win this. You thought, well, don't beat yourself up over it, Goku says. This only adds fuel to Jiren's fire. He pounces and tries to grab Goku's face, but he steps aside and throws in a kick to his left flank. The hit breaks a rib and makes Jiren collapse. That's it. The fight's over now. No matter how hard Jiren tries to get back up, he can't. The pain is too much. Goku lands a strong firm kick that slides Jiren across the arena and eventually off it. With that, the strongest threat to Universe 7 is gone. With the number of exceptional fighters in that universe still in the tournament, it's pretty much over. Everyone watching knows it. The remaining Universe 7 members eviscerate their opposition and claim the win in the Tournament of Power. With the Super Dragon Balls though, they wish for the other universes to return. On Namek, a certain someone arrives, Moro. He walks through a bustling Namekian city built up by the Viltrumites. Namek has become an important planet in the Empire, housing several important fighters and institutions. It's also got a strategic location, being on the edge of their territory. As he walks along the outskirts of this city, a Viltrumite lands before him. This garners the attention of some people nearby as well. They're used to seeing other Viltrumites and then Namekians. Beyond that, there are some other races, aliens from their colonies or captured prisoners of war from the Frieza Empire. Where do you hail from? The man asks. Moro simply smiles. This annoys the Viltrumite, who goes in to smack him. Moro lets him land the hit, then chuckles at his lack of power. Then he simply drives his hand straight through his stomach. Now this shocks the people in the vicinity. Moro smiles as he rips out his hand and flings some excess blood off. Much to his surprise, the Viltrumite leaps up and grabs his waist to try and slam him. He should be dead. Moro slices his head cleanly off and that ends things. It leaves him very surprised though. What are these people made of? As the man falls, a legion of Viltrumites descend from the sky. Move out the way, a soldier shouts to the nearby citizens. Even this large group of Viltrumites can do nothing to Moro. They all charge at him and try to attack simultaneously from all angles. Even with this attempt, it's futile. Moro extends both arms and sends all the other Viltrumites flying. Some fly into the skies, but others are fired through buildings and crushed on impact. The others in the sky look shocked. It's not often that they see someone so strong. Seconds later, another person arrives. The Regent of Namek, Rita, Kylo's cousin. She has long and bright white hair and piercing blue eyes. Her skin is pale and she has a long-limbed muscular physique. She attacks beginning with a ki blast. Viltrumites have very poor talent when it comes to ki control. Most fighters can't even launch a simple ki blast, but Leonidas' family are very talented. Not only do most of them have ki control, but a lot of them have gained access to God Ki. Rita erupts in a beautiful aura of blue God Ki. She speeds forward, taking Moro off guard with her speed. She lands a strong opening jab and swings Moro up into the sky. She bullets after him, shattering nearby windows. She hits him even further into the sky, then shoots him down with a double axe handle. Moro flies right through a building and looks quite bruised up. Rita comes diving down with her hands putting across. She drives right into Moro and slams him. Nearby buildings come crumbling down. Skyscrapers are toppled by the impact. "Look what you made me do. I've destroyed the most beautiful city on this planet," she shouts, grabbing Moro by his neck. She turns her free hand into a blade and slices right through Moro's chest. He shouts in pain and cowers away, holding the gaping wound. Blood spews out and travels quite fast because she cut a large artery. Then she lands her right hand with her bloodied fist. She throws a devastating sequence of punches that Moro simply must take. Rita shoots him up, then drop kicks him through a skyscraper. As he flies away, she grabs the falling part of the building and hurls it at him. It crumbles over him and throws him back even further. Then Rita comes blasting through this rubble and releases a shockwave so powerful that she turns a lot of the rubble to a cloud of dust. She repeatedly punches him in his flight, then drop kicks him through a mountain. He comes crashing into a second one and the impact destroys it. Rita gracefully lands before him and takes note of his healthy torso. He can heal himself. She isn't worried about that though. She's clearly the superior fighter. Or is she? Moro lifts his arms and starts draining her energy. At first she just watches him, but then feels a sense of fatigue wash over her. What are you doing? She wonders. Her aura vanishes and she stumbles to a knee. Then Moro goes in for the kill. With a devilish smile on his face, he throws forward his left hand for a jab. He stabs forward his hand and gets close. However, someone swoops in and kicks him away. "Goku," Rita says with surprise. "Hello Rita," Goku says. Since he's a Viltrumite and he's exceptionally strong, he has a lot of respect. Normally they'd beat rogue Viltrumites into submission and make them fall under their regime, but nobody can test him. He's the strongest mortal in their entire universe. Whatever he says goes. Now Goku isn't a tyrannical dictator, he just doesn't want to play a part in some imperialist state. He's much more content with his life back on Earth. "Be careful, he can absorb energy," Rita reveals. "Really? That's annoying. I was hoping for a good fight. I'll have to make this quick then," Goku says, smiling. He lightly jumps on his tiptoes and a majestic aura encapsulates him. Some parts of his hair lift and his eyes turn to a beautiful silver. Rita watches in awe basically. They already thought that they had Goku's powers with God King. Now he's transcended that and entered a totally different domain. Frieza has good ki control and consent ki. The ki signature coming off Goku is mental. It's almost like a physical pressure. Goku speeds forward and almost appears in front of Moro. Once Moro realizes he's there, it's already too late. He thrusts forward both arms and launches a close-up energy wave. He incinerates Moro in the blast and reduces him to the atomic level. The dust clears, revealing a layer of ash and scorched earth. "Thank you, Goku," Frieza says with a smile. "Of course," he says, before blasting off into space. He didn't need Meris to bring him here. He can just fly through space, so came here on his own. Granola tries to wish to become the strongest in the universe, but Tarambo explains that his life force is insufficient. It won't be enough. It leaves him broken. He worked so hard to get to this point. Now his dream, his mission is impossible. Minato eventually finds out what he's doing and brings him to the right path. He was misguided, haunted by his memories, but with time he will come to. Leonidas lays in his throne, receiving his usual reports from across his vast empire. Their economy is booming, everything is working perfectly. After expanding into Frieza's territory, they had a lot more to play with. People to enslave, planets to sell, and a lot more. His room has massive 30-meter tall glass panes that give him a good view down to the bustling capital city of the Viltrum Empire. Suddenly the roof collapses and the reporters in the center of the room are killed. There stands someone Leonidas didn't expect to see again, Frieza. "You're back," he says, lifting out his seat. "I am," Frieza smirks. "Ready for a rematch?" So that will conclude What If Goku Was Half Viltrumite. I hope you guys liked the upload marathon. It was a lot of work and I'm gonna be taking a little bit of a break. I'm gonna do a full movie for one of my older what ifs, my most recent Naruto what if. And then of course upload the full movie to this one, and then I'm going to be starting What If Ki Was Like Chakra. To see it early, you can join the Patreon for just $5.99 a month, and it has all of these videos already up. Please tell me something you liked about this what if, or something that I should improve on for the next one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.